What normal person celebrates reaching 50K 3 weeks in a row? As you guys know, the previous weekend we had Act 1.5, but before that we had Act 1, and so this is Act 2 now. Do I think I'm Beyonce? No, I'm better. But let's go ahead and play the intro and let's get right on into it, y'all. We looking good. All right, y'all. Hold on. Put my earpiece in. So I have headphones, right? But they're hella big. I don't like the way they look. I'd rather use my little earphones right here. But what's up, everybody? Let me say what's up to the people. What's up, Ray? What's up, Stephanie? Shout out to Stephanie. What's up, Starnique? What's up, Winnie? What's up, Stephanie? Damn, we got hella Stephanies up in here. What's up, Danielle, Starnique, Sexy 60, Winnie, Jay. What's up, everybody? Thank y'all for coming for Act 2. We're going to have a good time. Oh, yes, we will be terrorizing a little bit later. But first, a lot of y'all have been asking me about doing like a TGIF kind of show. And I found two perfect guests, two perfect ladies to join me. First up, we got Couture Bay. What's up, Couture Bay? How you doing?
I'm doing amazing. Thank you. Congratulations on 50K. We here for the part 2.
Yes. And shout out to Nadi, who is also joining us. What's up, Nadi?
What's up, AT2? Hey, Brie. Thank you for having me, and congratulations on your 50K. AT2, you earned it.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. And I'm so happy that y'all here because we got a lot of topics to get through. So we're not going to hold up the people. We're going to get right into it. So first, we're going to talk about Cam Newton and his whole, he been sleeping around on Jazzy. And it seems like she's okay with it because she posted this on her Instagram. I'm going to start out with Couture Bay. What are your thoughts about this whole situation?
I mean, what do we expect from a woman who said she chews his food, scratch his back, give it to him whenever he wants it, however he wants it, and all she got out of it was a baby? Skinny modern day slavery to me. But what are your thoughts, Naughty?
I'm not surprised. I mean, he let us know back when he did the interview. Oh, I forget the doctor's name that really checked him. That he was keeping his options open. Jazzy just needs to learn to read the room, right? I don't care how much you do for a man. You can't keep no man that don't want to be kept. And that's just the bottom line. And when I watched the exchange with him and Krishan and the way she was flirting with him and basically just throwing herself out at him, I knew he didn't have any respect for Jazzy.
But you know what? I have an unpopular opinion about this. I honestly think that they're not in a real relationship. She just happened to get pregnant.
Facts. Facts.
You don't think they're in a relationship? I think she's very much in the relationship by herself. It just so happened he's waiting for the big fish, his great white whale, as they say, the white bronco, to come through, and she's going to be heartbroken, okay?
Well, you're right. She's in a relationship. He is not in a relationship, which means they're not in a relationship. She's very delusional. And it seemed like she knows that. She's in the relationship and he's not, because she basically told us, child, here come the just checking on you DMs. I am fine. Trust me. I know who and what my ninja is. Ain't no secrets or surprises. He can talk to me about anything. And then she goes on and on. She deleted the second one where she says, why not just be single? if you gonna cheat, and then she tries to school us on cheating and all that. Listen, at this point, if she like it, I love it, and that's how you have to be. Now his first baby mama, because he didn't marry the first baby mama, the one he got 4 kids with, he didn't marry her. She ended up finding out that he cheated on her and had an outside baby, and that's why she left. So
Correct.
this guy has never been married, and if he did it to the first baby mama, he'll do it to all the other ones. And so she probably accepted it. Katorbe, you had said something interesting about, she don't care because she got a Bentley, she living in a mansion. Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Oh yes. So I said, when a man loves you, he'll elevate your life. Kia Proctor was a exotic dancer. That's where she came from, and he elevated her lifestyle. He took her out the strip club. He put her in a mansion. Mama got a Bentley. Of course, she got the children, but she also got these things. She was front row at the games. We saw her. He proposed to her. They were on magazine covers together. With Jazzy, she had to hide her pregnancy. She had even had to hide the fact that they were together. They popped out at a Kentucky Derby and she looked like an oddball with this man. They didn't look like they meshed well. And it just so happened she gets pregnant and she was hiding it from the world because she knew that she would be embarrassed. She is a modern day 2024 pick me. But like I said on Instagram, we got to let these women be in their pick me ness. So when the case studies are done, we can see what the signs and symptoms are of women with low self-esteem, low self-value, who are willing to clean and cook and scratch his back and know his breathing pattern. And I'm doing all these wifely things because that's my man, my pet, my gat. I got it like that. While you're taking it up the, what I'm saying, against because you don't like it and you cry in the bathroom and in the closet so you don't disturb his sleep while you're cooking for his children. That's why the other baby mamas don't care. And he's literally telling the women of the world, like, if you find me interesting or attractive, you can get with it because, like she said, he tells me everything. And I don't know any man on the face of the planet who loves a woman enough to say, I'm out here sleeping with this other woman.
Ooh, before I let Nadi go, I want to say this. Thank you to Stephanie. Shout out to you for the super chat. I appreciate that. But Nadi, would you be okay with just being another baby mama, or do you want some kind of commitment?
Absolutely not, AT2. And I'm not giving wifely duties and doing wifely things unless I'm the wife. Okay. I mean, walking down the aisle, I got my ring on. A lot of women make this mistake. They tend to do all these wifely things thinking that's going to keep the man. When the man's been telling you all along, he's single. He's been operating as a single entity. He hasn't been defensive of her. He hasn't been coddling her. He hasn't been putting her up on a pedestal. And I just think Jazzy is really embarrassed because it's going against everything she started her brand out to be. That's why everything had to be a secret. She had to be a secret in a relationship. She had to be secret in childbearing and things like that. And she's just really, really settling and selling herself short for a man that is telling her what he is. And he's a playboy. He's a gigolo. And he
Right.
probably play for both teams. I mean, allegedly, that's just in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, because why he like ramming it up your, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he got that from somewhere. But now this is egg in Jazzy's face, okay? Because you did all this. You promoted, oh, my man. I do this for my man. I do that for my man. And only thing your man do for you is buy you material things to keep you quiet.
What
To keep you
materials?
pacified.
What
For the
materials?
moment. In the hood, we call that hush money, baby, okay?
Is she getting the materials? I don't even think she's eating that.
Ooh,
She's
you don't think she
selling
getting
herself short.
nothing?
No, she has not elevated. She still dresses the same way she did when we saw her when she was doing the skits.
Mm.
But you know what I want to say? I think she doesn't know any better. As far as, and what I mean by this is that, okay, I think now we're kind of in a time, because I even believe it, that we don't have to have a structural marriage, like an ordinary marriage. Like everything can be non-traditional. And maybe that's our generation's fault for making this thing okay, where you don't have to have the commitment, you don't have to have the ring. You can have other partners and stuff like that. It's called an open relationship. You know, we don't have that structure anymore because a lot of us, and me being a Sagittarius, I know Couture is a Sagittarius too. We have commitment issues. And
I
so
do
for
not
somebody
have
like,
commitment issues. That is the Sagittarius men.
so you ain't got no commitment issues?
No, that's the men. That's why the girls be out here crying on the internet about the men. Not the women. It's the men.
My daddy was a
Oh,
Sagittarius and he was a bed hopper.
Ooh.
there we go. Okay, so now you know what I'm talking about. But
Papa was
okay,
a
but
Rolling Stone, baby. Papa was a Rolling Stone.
you know, Papa was a Rolling Stone. You know, I had to hit it one time. But okay, besides just being a Sagittarius, I think for me, and I'll say for men, obviously, now that y'all corrected me, we have this whole commitment thing. And if a woman is willing to have that kind of relationship where it doesn't have to be traditional, I can go off do my own thing and you cool with it, then I'm going to do it. And Cam is not in the position to where he wants to be better or have a traditional relationship. He didn't marry his first baby mama who had 4 babies. He didn't marry her. So what makes you think he's gonna marry Jazzy?
I just think when a person shows you who they are, believe it. And a lot of people get in these situationships, right? Friends with benefits, and they think they can handle it. And then their emotions get involved. Like eventually someone's gonna catch feelings and require more, right? But can you require more when the person is telling you up front what it is? So you can't then go and change that and expect to get a commitment when they told you that they want to play around, they want to play the field.
My
Right. And
thing
shout
is,
out to Shauna for renewing her membership. Shout out to you. Go ahead, Couture Bay.
I was just gonna say, never allow a man to tell you more than once he doesn't want you. And he's been vocalizing he doesn't want her with Dr. Bryant, with now Corey Holcomb. It's unfortunate and it's sad. And for her to be a woman of Caribbean descent, it's really sad and unfortunate because she could have been with anybody. She chose a man who had multiple baby mamas and
Mm.
did not want commitment, but talks about he wants a woman like his mother.
Right.
I'm like, your mother's married though, and been married since you've been on this earth.
But Couture Bay, I just really think like a lot of
Right.
women, they think that once they lay down with them and if they do all of this and that, they can change them. And you can't. I feel like Cam has been breaking up with her since that Dr. Bryant interview. I
Whew.
felt like with the
Ooh.
Krishan interview, he was putting his feelers out there. And I felt like if Krishan was a willing participant, he would have been down to.
Listen, Sister Suki didn't take the bait though. Remember, Suki said she liked cooking for other people's men. We
Mhm.
know she was trolling, but he was like, "I don't eat meat," and she said, "I could do cauliflower fried chicken," and he was over there smitten. And I said, "That girl just pushed out a baby."
Not him flirting with other women right in your face. That shows he does not respect you or your relationship at all. And you, like I said earlier, you cannot keep a man that don't be kept, that don't want to be kept. And also a baby will not keep that man because you're going to end up a single mother. Okay. But that's what women need to start paying attention to, the patterns of these men. I keep telling women all the time, you better pay attention to that ex because she's going to show you the roadmap to where your relationship is going to go. Okay. Pay attention
Right.
to his past relationships. Look at his relationship with his mother. All those things matter because that is how that man is going to treat you. The best predictor of future behavior is to look at the past.
I would have to agree with that. It's best to look at the past. That's going to predict the future.
Ooh.
Well, moving on from Cam Newton because we know there's no saving that relationship, so we can go ahead and move on.
Done
Let's
so.
talk about DJ Envy and his wife Gia dressing up their daughter as Little Kim. Now, it's not the Little Kim part, it's the bikini and everything else that was so sexualized with their little girl. This is not like the industry making their little girl sexualized. Like, this is them doing it themselves, and they actually thought this was okay. Like, this is the only picture I could post that was like PG. And
Right.
she even did that little Kim pose right there. Y'all see with the leg? They had her doing that pose with the blue jacket. Like, man, it was bad. Let me go ahead and start out with Couture Bay. What were your thoughts about all this?
Lock them up. And of all the songs that could have did for Little Kim, we want to do Crush on You. We know what the symbolism is about and what goes behind it. It was the fact that the mother was more dressed than her daughter. And I said
Mm.
both of them need they whoop, because what in the world? But I expect nothing less from a DJ Envy and a Gia. She didn't orgasm for the whole time until last year, and he's out here hanging out with Erica Menace and the Robert Kellys and promoting degeneracy. So I expect nothing less.
But did she finally learn how to orgasm yet or no?
I mean, I don't know. Her man was out here with Erica Mena, and she was getting the orgasm. So, child, ain't no telling.
Nadi, what's your thoughts about DJ Envy and how they had their daughter dressed as Little Kim?
I think they both disgusting for it. You're basically marking your child. You know how many um predators are out here, and you put that
Mm-hmm.
online on the internet. Okay.
He
The
pinned
out
it too. He pinned
Right.
it.
Right. So this was intentional, and I think their household need to be looked into. I think CPS needs to go in to figure out what's going on, and it's probably the pressure of their case, because DJ Envy is about to go to
Ooh,
prison for fraud
right.
scam. Okay, that they're not making clear decisions, but it was completely inappropriate. I was offended as a mom of two girls. You know what I mean? Because what you present, you're asking for a predator to prey on you're giving an invitation. Okay, so and DJ Envy does not strike me as a man of quality, of
Mm-hmm.
integrity, especially
Oh,
the way he cheated on his wife and flaunted his mistress all around. And to me, anybody that lays down with Erica Mena is contaminated forever.
Right. Right. You already know, like, that's somebody that doesn't have any moral character. And just
Look
like
how she treats her
how,
son.
and just look how he was even trying to say, oh, Diddy needs to be free. You got to think about his kids and all this stuff. And it's all like, no, this guy is a criminal. Like, this is why he needs to still be in jail. Like, what are you talking about? But he still has his, now he hasn't been indicted yet. But if Mr. Big Pun went down, I think his name is Caesar. If
Yeah.
he went down and they raided, don't forget they raided the Breakfast Club, that building that they do the
yeah.
show in. They raided that, so it's all like, when is that coming? Because they definitely need to look more into him. Because when I seen that little clip of him saying, "Yeah, you don't even need to have money to get a home. You don't even use your own money," and it's all like, okay, well, who money do you use? Now I know if you have a home, you can take out equity, all
Get
that stuff,
equity.
but he didn't make that clear. It seemed like anybody could do it. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's more there. That's what I'm saying. But I do want to say that they did take down that video. But their other daughter who did the Leo 1 in a Million video, that one is still up on his page. So and that one wasn't bad, but just the Little Kim one, that one,
I mean,
no.
I'm sorry. I
Take
think
them
it's
both down.
inappropriate. It's inappropriate for a girl of her age to be dressing up as Little Kim. We all know what Little Kim symbolized. I mean, she sold sex on a regular basis. I wouldn't want my little girl to be dressing up like that. No, it's inappropriate, and I always side eye pedo sympathizers and abuse sympathizers. I always side eye that, and that's why I feel like their decision making is very skewed. It was very inappropriate for a child her age. If she was in a senior in high school, maybe you could get that. But even still, it's just
I
questionable.
wouldn't have cared if it was a senior. I'm like, if your daughter was such a Little Kim fan, how come she couldn't be the backup dancer? How
What?
come she couldn't be Rain, which is Little Kim's daughter? You don't see Little Kim's daughter dressing up as Little Kim because Little Kim got sense. And this is why I know DJ Envy and Gia deserve any fate that they get because, again, the mother was fully dressed.
So she had enough sense to cover herself out and not her child. Make it make sense. Because even Ciara and her daughter dressed alike. Her daughter wanted to be her. Costume very appropriate.
Age
Okay.
Right.
appropriate.
Age appropriate. All right. Look at the difference there. All right. And why is your child at her age listening to Little Kim? Make it make sense.
Even if she is listening to Little Kim, I don't even care about that because you know the kids hear a song one time and they know the words
Right. Right.
automatically. It's something with their brains. It's the fact that they got up, did the production, went to the editing room, cut it up, and said, "Oh, we're gonna post this on Instagram."
Right. And again, for me, I think it's okay if she wants to be Little Kim. But just like with Sierra daughter, she was fully clothed. They should have had her fully clothed in the Little Kim outfit and stuff like that, not in no bikini and wearing the same, because it was the same exact thing. Like I said, I don't even want to show that picture on my platform, but it was the same exact red bikini that Little Kim had. And it was like, nah, you can't be doing that. That wouldn't be allowed in my household. That's what I'm gonna say.
And there's plenty of looks, AT2, that Lil Kim has that could have been appropriate for her, but that was the decision her parents needed to make.
Right. And like I said, it wasn't even a thing where like, the media or the music industry made him do that. Like, no, this is her parents. Like, that's the crazy part. We can't even blame it on nobody. It's literally the parents.
Well, this is
and they deleted it because they knew it was wrong.
Right. And then he started catching so much flack for it. But I mean, AT2 and Couture Bay, this is the same people that fell for that scam.
I mean, no, they were promoting. They didn't fall for it. They promoted it.
Promoted.
I know one of the Bay Squad members said they reported it, so it might have got reported. I don't know. They were like, as soon as you said something, Reid, I went over there and reported it. I said, "Wait."
It was some news article that said it had like over like 15,000 shares or some. Listen,
of your child. Of your
it needed
child.
to be deleted.
People don't even give a. They don't care about their kids. That's why I said, when we talk about these Pedialites and these predators, it be the parents who be doing the grooms from the early age. Because there's no way your children could be so susceptible to something unless you was prepping them from the start. That's just my opinion, and I'm sticking to it.
Right. Well, I hate to do this to y'all, but we're gonna stick to something else that's a little inappropriate. So Larry Reid had a it's funny because like I can see your faces because I'm inside of the StreamYard, y'all. But this is for the audience. But y'all can't see their faces as soon as I said it. Anyway. Hold on. Let me do that over. Do your reaction over. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. So we're gonna talk about Larry Reid right now, and he interviewed.
Oh, you already know I'm ready to go in. I know you ready, Reid, too.
So,
it's so wallowed.
Larry Reid did an expose regarding TD Jakes. Now, I want to set the scene for a minute because the guy, Dwayne Youngblood, he was telling his story and getting it out there how TD Jakes did something to him, try to kiss him, and talk about another Pastor Watkins allegedly try to do something to him as well, like a massage or something like that. But I couldn't get through the first part where Dwayne was sharing what he actually did, because the way it was set up in preference was that, he overcame this and he was a victim that he turned into the predator and now he overcame. But the thing is that he just got out of jail a couple of months. So how did he overcome this whole what like the way, because and I hate to say like being assaulted is on different levels, but what he compared to what happened to him when he was an adult, and then what Dwayne did to somebody who was a child.
Hello.
I was all like, this can't be real. And like some people told the story without telling that part. Shout out to somebody like Juice Radio, because she actually told the story correctly. And she told it from the beginning to the end. And she didn't even play the whole thing. She told it from the beginning to the end and was like, hey, this is the information. Y'all make your own perspective, blah, blah, blah. And she prayed over everybody and moved on. That's how you do it. Mm-hmm. But there's some people who was all like, literally, they were upset that people were questioning what was going on and what was the whole interview. Y'all, let me go ahead and start out with Nadi. Nadi, what are your thoughts? Go ahead.
I felt like Larry was projecting that whole interview because that's what he is. I'm just saying, walk in your truth. The truth will set you free, Larry. He was projecting that whole interview. And you know, he started that whole crusade. Remember 82? When was it, last year? That he was this whole exposing of TD Jakes. So he had to find a victim to solidify that whole hate train he did against TD Jakes.
Right.
But when you want to tell your truth, Larry, you got Couture, we'll interview you. The truth, like, let it out. I felt like he was projecting the whole interview because that's who he is, but he don't want to own it. Okay,
right.
You've been outed. Okay, but you can have possible victims too. I'm gonna say possible. You know, but I didn't like he's just getting out of jail for violating a minor, and it is, I feel like this is a direct result in the church when they force people to pray the gay away instead of letting people be who they are, be attracted to who they want. And this is why you have all of these assaults within the church, all right? Because people are suppressing their sexuality and living in secret, and they can't be out in the open in fear of judgment from the church. So as a result of all these secrets, and I say it all the time, secrets creates more victims. Ooh. Okay? And so then the victims become predators because they never get the help that they need. Why? Because especially in the Black community, they want to sweep things under the rug instead of taking these children once they find out they're violated to get professional help so that they can go through the healing that they need to go through, and they won't violate someone going forward. But because they haven't been able to get the proper help and they suppress it, it comes out in so many toxic ways, and then they go on and continue to violate people. But I feel like Larry was the wrong person for him to be on the platform with. I feel like it was propaganda on Larry's part, and I still feel like Larry is trying to deflect and distract and act like we don't know what's really out there. I'm just saying.
Speaking of the propaganda, before I let Couture go, Stephanie said Manasseh didn't pan out, so he had to find anybody. And that's how I feel, because if he actually vetted this guy, in which I think they did have a conversation, but in Larry's mind, he thought it would be okay. Like, oh yeah, well, you know, he went to jail for it, and you know, now he's healed and all this stuff. No. That's not how it works, because after what he did to the 15-year-old, that his mom came to him and said, hey, we like, my son is having these thoughts and he might be gay. I want you to help him and try to basically convert him. And instead of like trying to convert him or figure it out or help him and guide him, he was all like, hey, let's go ahead and do something for 15 minutes together. And it's all like, wait, so the mom came to you in need, but you decided to take that and take advantage and then you
Uh-huh.
said it was just you reduced it to only 15 minutes. You are
Okay.
sick.
We don't even know if it was 15 minutes. Let's start there. Because, in their mind, it could have been weeks, months, years. I do want to put this out there in the umbrella of religion. There's a lot of cover up, and it's not just in the black church, it's in every church, especially dealing with people who are quote unquote prophets and the leaders of the word. So, seeing Larry Reid, a man who is tied to some heinous acts himself, who's tied to undercover activities. Let's not forget Mr. Man, who does the T Hill, who did that epic uh showdown. I didn't forget the pink oil moisturizer, the filthy, the nasty, the dirty. I
We
will never
had
forget
filter
that.
checks.
I said, what is this? And then you want to talk about because you're so covenant, as you quote unquote call it. I don't care if TD Jakes is out here with every man in the book. Consensual. Let's learn the words consensual because
Mm.
it's clear y'all don't know it. Especially you, Larry. You have been scrutinized for not understanding consensual. Right along with that man who is free, newly free. What did you think this was going to do? All it's doing is showing that you are anti TD Jakes. TD Jakes could be a lot of things, but you know what? Consensual. You got to prove there was no consent. And every incident story you try to bring up, it's given consensual activities, and TD Jakes is doing the choosing, and you didn't get picked.
Say the
You
word.
know, it almost seems like some kind of revenge plot that he has against TD Jakes. And granted, I hate even saying like, oh well, TD Jakes he could possibly be doing something. Nothing has been proven on TD Jakes' end. Nothing.
And that's how I
And you have this vendetta against TD Jakes and keep trying to come at him. And Manasseh didn't pan out. Like that was your big one. Like I thought something was happening with Manasseh. He was going to tell his story. He was allegedly supposed to be suing and all this other stuff.
I knew
And
that Manasseh's story wasn't going to pan out because Manasseh himself looks like a closeted gay man, and
yes,
so does his prophet daddy.
but
yes.
but even then, Manasseh is an adult, and Dwayne Youngblood he was an adult. Now you could say, oh, they were young, but they were consensual. What Youngblood did that wasn't consensual. That was a child. And then let's not forget that he also had another accusation in 2008 where he was messing around with somebody who was 16. So he has a pattern of repeating it over and over again. Let me let Nadi speak.
Yeah, well, that was very skeptical to me. The fact that he violated a minor, I felt like he knew what he was doing. He knew better. Um, the thing that kind of stuck out to me the most is the fact that he's still married. Like these women staying with these men knowing they are having homosexual activity. Make that make sense. His wife stood by him after he violated a child, and he's sitting up there giving her all praises. It's something sick about that to me. And then Larry sitting there, oh yeah, I was married too. And like this is okay. It's not okay. But Larry got a hard on for TD Jakes for whatever reason. He tried to start this whole thing talking about exposing grooming in the church, you remember? And then
Yep.
Yeah.
Manasseh's didn't pan out. Then he revealed all these text messages between Manasseh and TD Jakes. And the only thing I got out of it was a pastor checking on his flock. That's what pastors do. There was nothing inappropriate in those text messages. And I just really feel like Larry is trying to project the things he has done and been caught in onto TD Jakes. There is no concrete proof. It's never any concrete or tangible proof behind Larry and these stories. And I just really feel like until he walks in his truth, like
Mm-hmm.
he's completely discredited. His platform is discredited for me and anybody that goes on there. And to
Right.
me, He was a pedo sympathizer the whole time. That's what I got out of it. Like, yeah, Larry, you can relate because you do the same things, allegedly.
Whoo. Okay, Couture Bay, go ahead and speak while I pull up this text message.
Look, I feel like this. Where when Tasha K said on my platform that she was not apologizing to him, of out of everybody she apologized to and was willing to apologize to that were creators, I knew then that he was a monster. So sorry for his children. Sorry for his
Right.
children. Sorry to his wife. You know, there's a lot going on. And has he addressed why Conscious was out here alluding that they had some type of relationship?
Hello. Hello. His paid boy toy, allegedly. I'm just saying, like, conscious start windmilling for you. Why?
Wait, wait, wait. Oh, y'all really waking it up. Hold on. Now, let me turn it back on my camera. Say what now?
Conscious TV. Yeah. His student. He mentored
He
Conscious.
bought Conscious a car with the church's money. He was on the trips. Listen, there's a certain content creator who we've all connected to who woke it up. You know, now is the time. It's terrible that he's in jail because there's some topics that he would add a little to, you know, a little salt to. I, look, he a lot of things, but when it comes to Larry, he was spot on about.
Mm.
How
I,
you
w-
doing? I think it was some love going on.
I wanted to pull up this message right here. I was in someone's chat, and I don't want to put them on blast, but I was in someone's chat, and Larry Reid had said this. He said, "You are an insightful person." I should have blocked out their name, but he said, "You're an insightful person." And right after I got off, Jake's team called trying to settle. So, don't no one seek to pay a liar they ignore or sue liars.
I don't
So
believe he
he's
was trying to pay. I don't believe that at all. Show us the proof. If you can say that, where's the proof? Where are the receipts?
The receipts aren't receipting, Bree. I'm just
Where
saying,
are the
I'm just
receipts?
feeling more and more lies, okay?
This is the same man who said he didn't have a relationship with T Hill just for T Hill to come out and post the proof and your other men, your side dudes, and then called them all out and then called them all gay.
Where's my vegan water? Um.
What's the pastor, the fraud pastor, that just got locked up? Um,
Bishop
Oh,
Whitehead.
Whitehead.
Bishop Bling
it's bad
Bling.
when Whitehead exposing you, Larry. Come on now, and he's a whole fraud.
I mean, and you know, I want to say this. Let's go back to TD Jakes for a minute,
Mhm.
because let's say TD Jakes is gay, right? Let's say he is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It seems like so far it's been with consenting adults. It hasn't been
Right.
this big. It's been with minors or anything like that. And if a man is approaching you or trying to, come up on you, maybe they're seeing something in you that would allude to, hey, you seem like you down with it, and it seemed like he might be trying to press him because, as far as Dwayne, we know that he does get down with the get down, and then with Manasseh, we don't know that to be true or a fact, but he looked like he get down with the get down according to Couture Bay. I'm gonna put her on blast, but
He don't look like no heterosexual to me.
Exactly. He give me how you doing vibes, but at the end of the day, if he's messing with grown men, that's his business. That's his private. I don't care who he sleeps with, as long as it's of age and consensual between two consenting adults. Even him, if he decided to be with a diddler, that's a grown man. If that's how they want to get down, that's their choice. You know what I mean? I mean,
The
the only
only
person
person
that
who should
probably will have.
care is the wife, and if she's
I
cool
was
with
just
it,
about
which
to, you
it
took the
seems
words out of my mouth.
she's cool with it. I don't know.
Right.
Mm.
I said that too. If the wife is cool with it, then it is what it is. Like, if she in one of those kind of Jazzy and Cam Newton situations, it's fine by me. I don't care.
No, we can't say Jazzy and Cam Newton because Miss
Oh,
They not
Jenks is
even
a
married.
married woman.
They not even married.
She's kept, okay, lifestyle abundant. Okay,
right.
that lady is living her best life. Jazzy is living in hell.
Cam Newton
yeah.
hell.
Right. So, do we believe that because Larry has said this before in the past that someone was reached out to, him, and he settled with one of the potential Jake's victims? Are we believing that someone did reach out to him?
I don't believe that
Absolutely
Larry
not.
Reid is the type of person who would have woke it up on the internet. So you're now giving privacy after using outed everybody under the sun. This is the same man that told us that what's her face, Leandria was drinking wine at an event after we saw that epic Iana Van Zant uh showdown. So I don't believe.
Mm.
I'm just so tired of these false prophets playing in our face and then hiding behind the church like they holier than thou. Like
Hmm.
walk in the righteous way. I just feel like it's a lot of double standards, and a lot of people on the internet use the church and religion as a weapon because they know people will donate and watch and follow and things like that. And I just think it's very manipulative because Larry, how come you out and everybody but yourself? You still cannot say that you're a gay man out your mouth. You still cannot just own it. Just own it. The truth will set you free, Larry. I'm telling you.
Especially after that soccer player. Remember, he was all up and through these streets with the
Oh, yeah.
receipts. With the receipts.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a whole weird
some others
situation,
got
too.
receipts and you don't have no receipts. Like that just doesn't even commute to my
But
brain.
I do want to say that the guy did retract, though.
He did, but I think because it's some pressure put on behind the scenes. That's
It
why I
was
think
probably some money given. Because
right.
remember, they said they was going to get him deported.
Exactly, Larry.
Yo, I think here's what I think what happened. I think at first he was down with exposing everything. He was going from platform to platform, but then he didn't realize when they said, "Oh, we're sending this over to show that the marriage was fraud." He then was on like, "Oh wait, that means I get deported,"
That
because I
is
think it was Daryl
illegal,
Moore
Larry.
who was contacting the people at ICE to deport him. Right?
That is illegal, sir. You said that, but his receipts that he had, don't lie.
Yo,
The
listen,
cigar
that
vlogger was on Larry's ass. And the soccer player
yes.
got caught up.
Yeah. I don't even know what's going on with that anymore. I know it has to be crazy, but let's go ahead and move on to somebody else who's potentially getting sued. Well, let's actually talk about Megan and Gayle King for a minute. Now, the internet went crazy because they're all like, oh my God, she called Gayle a bitch. And to me, that's not what she said. And she was just saying, like, she was like, "Why are you?" She was like, "Bitch, why are you asking me about blah blah blah?" Like she said it in more of a, I
she
don't
was
know how to
comfort.
put.
She was comfortable. That's how women talk amongst other women. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like sometimes I catch myself because I be saying "girl" to my homeboy, like when we were having a
Mhm.
conversation. I didn't take offense to it. Gail clearly didn't take
She
offense because she
didn't.
was slow to what was going on. And quite frankly, if she did call Gail a bitch, it's her prerogative because Gail King is not Diane's. Well, let me take that back. She is not a Barbara Walters. Why did she need to know if they had a sexual relationship? I don't care if that was the rumor at the time. What they were there for was about the pow pow incident. So I see what you were saying, and this is during a time where it freshly happened. Because we saw, if you watch the documentary, you see
Mm-hmm.
her hearing the verdict and everything she went through. So I didn't take offense to it. Gail has been called worse by grown men.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Snoop Dogg called her a dog before.
Mm-hmm.
A
Mm-hmm.
dog
What?
face B.
Yeah. He did apologize. I do want to say that. What about you, Nadi? Your thoughts on the whole B word controversy?
I agree with Couture Bay. Actually, when I heard it, I was not shocked or surprised. I took it as like a term of endearment, like girl, bye. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how we kiki amongst females. I did not take offense to it. And if Gail is not offended, I'm fine with it. Like, I don't even see why people were. People gotta pick apart everything people say. Um, just so that it could trend and go viral and things like that. But I just felt like she was in the comfort of her home, and
Mm-hmm.
and she was just like kind of talking to one of her girlfriends, like, "Bitch, right," you know what I mean? Like, but I don't feel like
Right.
she was saying it in a malicious way. You know, you could tell if someone's calling you an itch and and they mean it in an offensive way. No, I didn't take offense to it at all.
I think no matter what Megan would have said, they would find something to pick at because they can't pick at the fact that he didn't get on the stand and fight for himself. It's it's
So they
it's 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 DV sympathizers because granted, okay, she slept with him. He still powed at her after she gave him the ill nana. So again, it goes back to, and this is why I don't believe in women empowerment, and I don't believe y'all when y'all say protect black women because y'all be the loudest and the proudest when it's time to tear down a black woman. So, and I stand on that. Um, I I didn't feel nothing for Gail. Gail has been called worse by men who y'all still chill with, hang with, share their content. Snoop Dogg cussed her out behind a Kobe Bryant asking a question.
mm-hmm.
Gail was being
Mm-hmm.
salacious. She wanted another moment. She wanted to top I've been set up a R. Kelly moment and she got it. She wanted another moment of topping the Kobe Bryant moment.
Mm-hmm.
This is a journalistic woman. She's in the media space. She has the training. Do y'all really think she cared what Megan said? She got a raise off of Megan. So please.
And I just hate, like, who Megan slept with had nothing to do with what happened in that incident. Megan wasn't on trial for how many partners she was with. She was on trial for being violated by Tory with the blicky. Okay, like, who she slept with is her prerogative and her business. It has nothing to do with anything. The incident at hand. And I'm just so tired of people slut shaming women as soon as one of their mans is up against the law. Like, don't break the law and you won't
Hello.
have to be treated like a criminal. And
They
don't
act
Right.
like he's Malcolm X. That's what's killing me.
he
Like,
is not even
is
an
he out here
American
freeing the
citizen.
people? Is he out here passing out turkeys and giving people aid in the midst of the man? Like, I don't get it.
Right. I can only name you one Tory Lanez song. Like, I don't know his music like that for people to be right. Like, people really ride for him. And I'm all like, was he number one on the Billboard? Like, I can only name you one Tory Lanez song. That's not a feature. That's not a feature. I know a few features, but other than that, I can't name you a song. Like, can you name a Tory Lanez song for Torbay and Naughty?
He
Broken
number
a
one in
minute is
money
the only
in
one I
dance.
know.
Um, I can't think.
Chat, name a Tory Lanez song right now.
I only know the Broken a Minute song because I like the
Broken a
beat.
minute, yeah, that's the
That's
song.
the only one I know, and they
I
put
ain't
that
been
in the
broken a
club
minute. Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah, that comes
Yeah,
on
it'd be
at the
like
bar I hang out.
it'd
And
be
we
like da da
take
da
the girl.
da 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 da.
But he number one.
Wait, how it go? It go. Let's give the chat 30 seconds to name a Tory Lanez song. Here we go.
Kamala Harris, why is she in my DM? Huh? She stay in my DM. Oh, y'all be thinking I'm playing. I'm not playing. Kamala Harris. She in my DM, bitch.
Wait, is it say it Bryson Tillerson?
Which is that the brownstone one?
You
You
have to more than say it in the morning.
gonna do
Oh, I
it?
forgot all about that.
Yeah, I think that's Bryce. Yeah, I don't think that's
No,
Tory
that's
Lane.
Tory. Hold on, let me look
Wait,
at
is it
Google.
Tory Lanez? Oh shit!
Let me pull out the Google because Google will let us know. Shout out to our boss.
You're right. Shout out to our boss.
That is getting sued for $1 dollars. I ain't never heard of it.
Okay,
But yeah,
so
Tory, he's number one in Leprechaun
Okay.
Land. Mm-hmm. He Munchkin Lamb. That's where he's number one in.
Yeah. Listen, y'all be talking about these immigrants taking your jobs and your cars and your homes. Why don't y'all want him to get deported? He's a violent criminal. Deport his ass. I just don't get it. But we're gonna talk about a Tory Lane's defender. Let's talk about Milagro and the whole lawsuit. Let's start out with Couture. What's your thoughts on the whole lawsuit situation?
honestly, it's sad to see any blogger be sued behind their opinions, but she was out here spreading misinformation. She's still talking. I could tell she is definitely feeling the heat because Joe Budden just recently said something saying she deserved to be sued, and she got in her feelings about it. And I get it. The mob, people call them the slow mob. I don't call them any of that because I don't need to call names. You're getting your karma. Like you did all that swinging and banging for someone who was found guilty. You could have literally been the mecca of transforming the YouTube space, new media, and you weren't able to do it because of whatever. Do I know if she was paid? No, but clearly, Alex Shapiro got something on you so good that they went and filed this lawsuit, which is going to hurt you. And the fact that she's using Tory Lane's United the People that he sits on the board of directorates for just goes to show and magnify you're not using your brain. Like, if they really cared about you, they would have bought you a separate attorney for defamation, liability, and slander, and with the work. Like, Alex is that dude so much so that the mayor, Eric Adams, went and hired him. So I don't know why y'all are believing Mob Radio doesn't care. Me, Logro Grams, she very much cares because she's about to get exposed in public to the
Right.
masses.
Right, and
Right.
there's not enough filters to hide how much they're gonna expose and put out there about her. Nadi, what's your thoughts?
I always felt like she was suspect with the way she was like windmilling for Tory, even after the conviction. But
Right.
as a woman, for her to slander and do this to another woman, it quite frankly disturbs me. Because we have so many challenges as women. We have to work so much harder at everything. And to have another woman to continuously tear you down and to spread misinformation, because it was disgusting what she did. She deserves everything she gets, if you ask me. She's been asking for it, and it's just like, why are you still talking about this? The man has been tried and convicted. There's plenty of other topics to talk about, but it's just something. I think she's like a male identifier or something. She probably don't mind being knocked between the wash and dry. She strikes me as that type of woman.
um, so I wanted to answer conversation party question. She said, as a YouTuber, are y'all concerned about these celebrities seemingly getting too happy about content being to that? At first, it was a concern, but then it wasn't. I think when we think about the most popular case in that way is Tasha K and Cardi B. That one was a little bit more nuanced and a lot of different characters and players in that. It wasn't just, okay, I said something you didn't like. It was a lot of people involved. It's just that Tasha K ended up taking the fall for that. But with this case with Milagro, as of October, she was still talking shit and, saying Tory is innocent and all this other stuff. Now, if I want to say, oh, do I think that Megan should have went after DJ Academics, somebody who has a larger platform? Yeah, but I also think that this is not it for Megan. There's probably going to be more lawsuits coming. And I think this was just an example of somebody who was going to this one is basically to make an example out of everybody who's talking crap. And I think with Milagro, it was more personal because you know that she wanted to reach out to exes and family members. And so when you go that far, um, it's a line you shouldn't cross. Even when it comes
I,
to us YouTubers going at it, I don't like getting involved with the family. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, but no, there's somebody in the comments saying Meg the Stallion is a liar. She's not a liar. She went on record to say the truth. Tory Lanez is a liar. He's in a whole video in a prison phone call because he's so green. You know, this man y'all are defending, apologizing. He was simply ignoring Botch Booty Kelsey and said, I got so lit I could remember. And please tell her I'm sorry. I'm telling her I'm sorry. What are you sorry for? Why are you
Hmm.
begging for allegiance? And then all of a sudden they're saying that he paid for Kelsey's lawyers and he offered to give Megan money if she lied. So y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop spreading misinformation because I don't know if y'all noticed from other content creators, they could sue you too for being in the chat lying. The problem is Milagro got up there and lied. She
Hmm.
also got up on Beyonce's internet and lied,
Right.
spreading false information. Y'all can say whatever you want. If she said, oh, this is the verdict, I don't agree with it, that's one thing. She spread it lies. So much so, Lawyers for Workers went into hiding because he was out here
Yeah.
spreading the misinformation too. And the reason they're suing Milagro because she's actively right now helping Alex's case by pointing out, well, he said this, she said this, he said this. And I said, look at her not using her brain. Miss College educated woman, according to her, out here putting the pieces together. He said, yeah, because she's the weakest link of the
Right.
totem pole.
They're gonna
The
use
only
her.
people who publicly apologized for spreading misinformation was No Jumper and Vlad TV, the vultures.
Right.
Mm.
But I don't understand why people don't get it, and everyone's trying to talk about, oh well, Megan lied on Gayle King. She told the truth when it count when she got on that stand. That's just the bottom line. And for
Yeah.
Milagro to continue this lying campaign that she's on, like, you're way too vested. You're way too vested. And I think Whack 100 is on the chopping block next because he's spreading a bunch of lies too.
Oh,
Mm.
Diddy's gonna get him. Diddy's gonna get him, and I can't wait. And not only is Diddy gonna get him, he's gonna get them fake lawyers too.
Yeah, I think them fake lawyers are definitely next as well too. But what I want to say about Milagro is it seemed at first she was caring about trending and being number one, and she would say things like, "Oh yeah, I'm trending by myself. They didn't even put Megan in there." Blah blah blah. And it's all like, well, you're still trending because of Megan. Like, if she didn't drop that lawsuit, you wouldn't be trending. Like, I don't know another time Milagro has trended. I think that was her only time, right? And this is not to
Yeah.
be
And
shady.
EH Bunny, baby, she did tell the truth when it mattered. Telling the truth to Gayle King. Who the hell is Gayle King? Gayle King is not someone who's gonna lock her up. Gayle King is not somebody like y'all care about the internet, baby. You gotta tell the truth in court on
Let
the
me tell
Right.
you
stand.
something. And not only that, Gail was asking her about an intimate, private question. Do you just share that information with strangers, freely and willingly? I
Hell
don't talk
no.
to everybody about my intimate life. I'm sorry.
Right.
And this was a business deal. Like, her sitting down and having this interview, she didn't sign up to talk about her intimate life and how many partners she was with. So she had every right to lie to her if she wanted to, because it wasn't her business.
We
Gail,
could tell
mind the
she
business that
lied.
pays you.
We could tell she lied though. Like the pause
Yeah.
when she said, "What do you mean by intimate?" We already knew she was lying. Like her puss was not on trial. Megan didn't put him on trial. The state of California, which 82
Yes.
resides, 82's state said, no. Look at this violent immigrant. Y'all be talking all that ish about the immigrant
Wake it
just to
up.
go up for
Mm-hmm.
an immigrant.
Wake it up,
An
Reid.
undocumented immigrant who is out here causing mayhem and confusion on American citizens, law abiding Americans. Megan is a law abiding. August Alsina, law abiding. Travis Scott, law
I was just
abiding.
like,
I mean,
he is
Selena
so
Powell.
secure. I
These
was
are people
calling.
y'all clearly don't like because y'all are going up for a man who has a violent history. And if y'all care so
Mm-hmm.
much about him, y'all should have told him stop taunting her when you have an active case. That's the problem. Y'all be thinking y'all can win in the court of public opinion. Public opinion is
Right.
going
It
to have
don't
you in
matter.
prison.
And don't forget, it didn't matter if Megan pressed charges on him or not. The state can pick up the charges and move forward with the case if they feel like there is enough evidence to convict him beyond a reasonable doubt. And that's what happened. So all these Tory sympathizers out here windmilling for him, you're gonna have egg on your face when you're in the cell next to him. And when you're paying out of pocket, trying to settle lawsuits and pay lawyers and things like that. I just wish people just let it be. I'm so tired. Every time Tory files an appeal, he is still trending all over the internet. And it's all lies. It's all lies. Just like he tried to say,
Mm-hmm.
they lost the evidence to be DNA tested. All lies. Okay, this man is doing anything to stay relevant. This man is still dropping music from behind bars. So what they do now in the music industry, they wake up the internet, and they'll lie to do that. People don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
He still has to garner attention to his music so that people will download his new music. But I don't see Tory windmilling for all these folks, milligrams, whack one. I don't see him windmilling. He don't care.
Right. Is he gonna help her with that lawyer? Because as far as I'm concerned, she had to go
Remember,
find a nonprofit.
remember when DJ Academics put out that stuff before the court even started? He set himself up. But like I said, Milagro is the center of the WAC 100s, the DJ Academics, the Joe Buttons. And you see Joe Budden just publicly said she deserved to be sued. So they're probably going to X him off the list.
Right?
Yep. I have it right here where
All quiet and y'all, no, not at all. Mine seem like y'all cool. No, my thing is it's a touchy subject because somebody got injured, right? So you want to be sympathetic and show some. Y'all scared because she's suing that girl? No, no, I don't got Milan girl. Ain't got nothing to do with me. Nah, I just think I'm happy about that too. Why? Because you can't just get on the microphone and say things. I say that all the time. There is some responsibility that comes with how you utilize your platform. And if you get on here and just start saying crazy shit about people with no foundation, basis, or merit, then you open to what comes from that. And Milagro, as much as I love her, is down with that clique of, it's like Bush League reporting. She's down with that guerrilla style. Like it's like a guerrilla style, tabloid, Us Weekly type style reporting. National Enquirer. So yeah, the National Enquirer and them niggas got lawsuit money put to the side for when stupid shit like this happens. True. You don't. So you get on their YouTube with all that rigmarole, and you take what comes to you.
Yeah. But is she even on YouTube? I feel she's only on Station Head, right?
No, she's
No,
on
she's on
YouTube.
YouTube. She answered that deposition on YouTube like a fool.
You a dumb. Dumb as they come. You just love being sued. You just want to dig your hole deeper. And it's just ridiculous. But he's right. And you know I can't stand no Sleepy Joe Buttons, okay, with his one hit wonder self. But it's all good. It only took him 30 years to go gold. But it's all right. But
Right. Well,
I agree with what he's saying. You do have to be responsible with your platform.
Right.
And I don't like when people attack people's sexuality. Like Whack 100 just recently did it to King Combs. I'm like, he's gonna get sued.
Yeah,
He
that
also
was out
lied
of
on
pocket.
TK. He lied on TK saying he slept with her. Like, what gives you the right to put that type of misinformation out there? Is disgusting to me.
Right. Well, that's actually a perfect transition because we kind of talked about Whack 100 and the stuff that he's been talking about. But speaking of Diddy, a lot of people have just been throwing stories out there and just making shit up and hoping that it stick. I don't report on every Diddy story because I'm all like, I don't believe it. Because now you have TD fakes out there saying that, oh yeah, I got 8 tapes and it got Jaden Smith and all this other stuff. And it's all like the same story that Chris Todd, aka White Jamal, was saying. It's the same story that this guy is saying, but he just happens to be black. And so I want to ask you, ladies. I'll start out with Nadi. Do you believe these stories that are being told? Like, what's your thoughts on all these different stories?
So as far as Todd, I didn't believe him, and you all know I got the Kim Porter Lost Words book and I read it. There's parts of it I do believe is some truth. Do I believe all of it? No. With Todd, I think it was a big money grab for him. You know what I mean? So now the fake TD Jakes comes out, right? And he's dropping names. What I correlate with is his history in the music game that made me feel like he was credible. And also the group that he managed, the Artifacts, I know one of those members. So like I actually talked to him. I'm like, yo, is he credible? He was like, nah, he on or whatever. So what I respected is about the path, and we'll see if it really is true, but the path of them going to the grand jury, I think is key, because if there's children on this footage, you got to stand up for the victims. Someone has to stand for the victims at some point in time. So in that aspect, I respect. And he said, like, once he releases it and he makes money, he also is going to allot some of that money to the Combs twins, which Todd, he wasn't trying to give no money to the family. You're profiting off their mother's demise, and you don't think you should set aside money for the family?
But are the kids gonna take the money? Like, oh, here's the money from the 8 tapes and a book that I'm gonna put out that's allegedly your mom's story.
No.
Because he also said that the difference between his book and Todd's book is that he left the names in it, and his book got pictures in it. And I'm all like, so it's literally the same story then. Because what he was saying 12 days ago was that, oh yeah, what ended up happening was that I got it first, and then I wanted to give it to my private investigator. Todd is not a private investigator. He's an investigative journalist, quote unquote, but he's just a journalist. But he gave it to him, and then somehow they worked out a deal to where I'll get part of the profit from the book. But he's talking about Courtney Burgess. He still didn't get his profit from the book. Let me let Katorbe go.
I don't believe nothing. I don't believe TD Jakes doppelganger at all. I don't believe Courtney Burgess. I don't believe this Miss How Much Do Your Puss Is Worth. I don't believe none of them. You know why? Because the feds would not have allowed this to happen. I do believe they put out the tape between Diddy and Cassie so that they can paint him in a certain light so that his business can dry up, but it didn't. If we really pay attention to what the lawyer has said, she said they have to prove that it wasn't consensual. What is going on? What they're trying to do is taint the jury pool so that people can be on their side. But the problem is they mocked his mama in public. That's what they did. He was out in some storm with TD Jakes in the midst of a hurricane down in Florida, and the fact that he gave up the passports, I believe they're looking for something and they have not found it. So they're trying everything and anything, even to the point now where they're using his children. And his kids are solid because if you haven't noticed, even in the midst of the mess, Quincy had spoke out against his father. I don't believe Albie Shore at all. He was a deadbeat dad to all of his sons, not just Quincy. Quincy is the baby of the children. And they're looking for something because Diddy is locked up. But the problem is when this case starts in May, because Diddy said he will get on the stand, he will testify. That is the problem because they have to prove beyond reasonable doubt he did these things to people who did not consent. They're allowing all this conspiracy theory to go on. Let's understand how the government works. And he has ties to not only the domestic government, international affairs. And he's definitely going to pull a you better get to it or I'm gonna get on the stand. If he wanted to tell, he would have told already. There's a reason they don't want to give him bail. And I find that very suspicious when they gave Mr. Abercrombie bail for the same type of things, except for Mr. Abercrombie has minors. Diddy has adults. So I'm paying attention to it, especially with the Southern District of New York, because people get off on these technicalities. Let's not forget Harvey Weinstein, who got off, and they're now trying to retry him because they messed up because they were overzealous. And I feel like they were being overzealous in this. I don't think they have a strong case because if they did, they would have started the trial. It's giving Young Thug 2.0. And I hate to say this, is he a dangerous man? Yes, but the government allowed him to be dangerous for a really long time. If they really cared about justice, we would have saw the perp walk. He wouldn't have got a heads up to come to New York so they can arrest him how he wanted to be arrested. Nothing is making sense. And when it doesn't make sense, it just proves that the government is buying time. That's just my opinion, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah. Well, I feel like he could have bought some more time, but the thing was is that he was tampering and calling witnesses and even got caught trying to pay people off. And I think if he didn't try to do any of that, he possibly could have still been out. I do think eventually they would have arrested him, but he probably still would have been out. They rushed it because he was calling Kalina Harper, and she just did an interview. I talked about that earlier this week. He was calling her after that Don Richard lawsuit had happened. I think with Diddy, I'm not gonna say that he's moving the way he is because he's innocent, but what I will say is that he's very confident that the lawyers that he have and the people that he have behind him, he's gonna get off scot-free. But with the internet conspiracies and everything like that, I do want to say it's too many people out there saying that they know this and know that. And what I wanted to know about TD Fakes and Ariel Mitchell, the lawyer, when they went to the grand jury and all that stuff, can anybody go inside that building? Because possibly that could have been a photo op. Because how did TMZ? Why was TMZ there? Who tipped them off to be there? TMZ just doesn't be there just to be there. There's somebody that tips them off to be at certain places, unless it's like some kind of award show or a place where they know celebrities are going to be there. Nothing was in the books for Diddy because it's Monday, right? Monday is when the hearing for the third not bail sentence, but the bail appeal. So who tipped them off to be there? That's what I'm thinking. Like they just went to that building. Let me let Naughty go.
No, Ariel Mitchell definitely comes off as suspect to me because she's popping up everywhere. She's even on the new Chris Brown documentary on representing one of those victims. Yeah.
I thought she lost that case.
No, she's representing one of those. Well,
I think she's trying to get out right now, right? She's trying to get out. She hasn't yet. I forgot what you call it when the lawyer tries to get out and give it to somebody else. It's like a technical term for it, but that's what she's trying to do, basically.
Yeah, because the problem she's having with that victim she's representing after the incident happened on Diddy's yacht, supposedly, she continued to communicate with Chris, right? Uh-huh. So then Chris provided text messages, but then Ariel felt like they were one-sided. So then they found more messaging. So that's where they're kind of at a standstill, because like if this person did this to you, why are you trying to continue a relationship with this person? So it's this kind of skeptical what she's doing. I know she has been speaking of the tapes being shopped around from the very beginning, and I just think everyone just see, because I even had to stop and fall back. Like all those Busby lawsuits, I cannot even entertain. I think what we all need to wait
Yes.
for is for discovery, and we need to wait for things to play out in trial. Now, if the TDJ's knockoff is legitimate, right? There's more subpoenas that are going to come down the pike as a result of what he provided to the government in the case, right? Because he's claiming like Justin Bieber, Jaden Smith, Usher, they're all on there. I'm sure the Southern District of New York is going to want them to come in and test the fire, right? So I just
Right.
think everybody just needs to be patient and let things pan out. And you got to ignore all this outside noise with these lawsuits, because I really feel like with Busby, he's just lining his pockets at this point. Like, because if you're not working with the feds in conjunction to try to get justice, especially for the people that were minors, right? They obviously didn't have the opportunity because maybe their parents stopped the situation for whatever reason. But why not at least get justice for the minors by working with the feds? So that's what.
Right, because I was all like, okay, I'm not saying that the feds are the greatest, right? But you telling me that the feds missed it was like 25 or 20 minors or something like that. They missed
Yes,
all the minors,
yes, and
you
then look
know?
at the names they're putting out there. People who are very powerful. Jaden Smith, Will Smith, and Jada Pinkett. They are Hollywood elites. You think they were over there tossing up? They funded. I just don't believe that. Like I believe a lot of things when it comes to Will and Jada, but it's easy to throw their name out there because they are slow to sue.
No,
Hmm.
Justin Bieber,
with
slow
Will
to
and
sue.
Jada, they always had a weird parenting style when it comes to their children that I didn't necessarily like. Will and Jada is capable of doing what DJ Envy and his wife did to their kid. I mean, I just remind you of when Willow was in the bed with that grown man, like, and that caused so much
Oh,
controversy.
yeah, I
But
forgot
that
who
was
it
just a
was.
picture. That was a picture, you know what I'm saying? And they took it down. They apologized. These we're acting like this is Chris Jenner, where we saw the relationship with a grown ass
Mm.
man and a 15-year-old, or Kim Kardashian stage tape. I don't think it's the same. You know, there's been so much scrutiny on the Smiths since before. I just don't believe that. And it's not because they're Will and Jada Smith. It's just simply because of the scrutiny they get. I think it's easier to say their names because they are slow to sue. Look at the people they're throwing out there. The Chris Browns, the Ushers, the Justin Biebers, the Will and Jada. You see, there's certain people they're not throwing out there because those people do not play about their name. And I
Right.
find that very suspicious.
I
And
find
you
it
know,
all
with
is.
Tony Busby, he's been saying that, oh, there's already some celebrities that reached out to him and settled and all this other stuff. I don't believe that. I think that's a scare tactic. Because say if one of those celebrities were involved in the situation you're going to sue, are you going to then put the celebrity as Jane Doe and not the actual celebrity's name? That, and then also he's getting in trouble for having all these Jane and John Does, and the court's all like, okay, you can do that, but you have to file a reason why you need all these Jane Does. You just can't say, oh, we just want to give privacy because Diddy's a bad guy. You can't use that excuse for every lawsuit. Like
And
some
can
of
we
them,
talk
I think they
about
rejected 6 of them.
and can we talk about how they will name somebody in a lawsuit just so these celebrities can just pay them off? Celebrities settle lawsuits all the
Hmm.
time so they don't have to go to court, so they don't have to deal with it. And it be lies. And it be like easy cash grabs. 100,000 here, $75,000 here, 50K here, 500,000 here. People do it all the time. And I know that for a fact because I was in DC where it happens the most. They will settle it just so they don't have to go to court because then it opens you up for scrutiny. We saw it with
Discovery.
with Michael Jackson, just for us to find out the FBI have been following, searching, investigating, and nothing was found. But what do people do? They want that money because it's an easy cash grab. Celebrities are the new ATM. If you tell me hi a certain type of way, I can get money. It's weird.
Right. And I want to say something to OC. It's not necessarily we're saying that, oh yeah, he would be able to file criminal suits. The thing is that if you're saying that it involves minors, then yes, those would be something that would turn criminal. Now, of course, he can only do civil suits, but we're saying why is he not working with the feds to get that information over to them so then that can be added on as well to the indictment that they already have. That's what we're saying. We know that he can only file civil suits. We know that, but all this information, these 120 victims, well, I'm pretty sure this could help the case with the FBI. Like, why is he not giving that information to the Southern District of New York? That's what we're saying.
Right.
Yeah, what happened to justice, or do you just want
Right.
money? Because let's not act like we don't understand. These lawyers get paid too. Hence why they're releasing these names. Like I just believe I believe this. If it were real, the sites that like one of the sites you quoted for the Epstein tape
Mm-hmm.
HQ would put it out there. Not
Right.
some ghetto old gangbanger from back in 1972.
You know, and people need to realize, like, although all these accusations are very heinous, allegations are not facts at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to have some sense of proof, but people need to remember, because I take it back to that Diddy phone call. He has nothing in his name, so at this point people are just suing, just probably number one to get their story out there, but they will probably not get any money. He put everything in his mom's name and his kids' name. He's actually broke in the eyes. So like this is just all like salacious, and where's the proof? You know what I mean? Where's the proof? And that's what I'm looking at, the hard evidence. And I just can't wait for May to come so that we can see what comes out of the case, to see what evidence, what other evidence they have. And I just think people are anxious because like people know how I feel about the diddler. I've never liked him. You know, I always just like saw through that fake facade and everything. But at the end of the day, he's innocent until he is proven guilty. And we just have to let the process ride out and ignore all this noise. You know what I mean? He is a major public figure in the entertainment industry. And he's probably done some disgusting things behind being under the influence. I mean, that's what's really going on here. He has a really, really bad drug problem, alcohol problem, and things like that. And I just think it really got out of control through the years, and it started to affect his decision making to the point like he didn't care who saw what he did. The mask is off. He thought he was so above the law that he can do anything. And it goes to what Kanye said. I believe he was a Fed, and that's why Homeland Security came out.
Ooh.
I do
You
want to
got a
say
good
this.
point.
I would love for you to be at the trial for Diddy and
You
ATQ
keep plugging
for
me.
ASAP Rocky's trial. I need you to be there because ASAP Rocky's trial is in LA and then Diddy's is in New York. Y'all are close to it. I need you to film it so we can get some premiere.
I want to lay eyes on him though. I want to know that he really is locked up, seriously, because this man has been getting away with crime for decades, okay? And I really want to know that they have him, seriously. Like I don't even believe it. I can't stand that New York doesn't allow cameras in the courtroom.
Yeah.
But I've been online looking up about the press pass and everything. And if it's too many people, like it's on the judge's discretion of who the judge lets in. Like, and it's gonna cost me money to go to Brooklyn, girl. So
we'll get you some money. Don't worry. We're gonna move on to the next topic. We are going to talk about this whole Armon and Cardi B beef going on. Now, as you guys know, Armon had called out Cardi B and called her phony for now supporting Kamala Harris after saying that she was done with politics and she wasn't supporting any candidate. Mind you, I do want to point out, just like she pointed out, this was when Joe Biden and Trump were running. Now that it's Kamala Harris, it's a little different. And is she wrong for changing her mind? Or, let's go ahead and get Couture-based thoughts on this. What's your thoughts about this whole beef going on?
I do want to say this. Even though I don't care for Armon Wiggins, aka Flipper, as Nicki Minaj called him, aka Gumby, as the Barbs like to coin him, I don't feel he should be threatened. Okay, she is a celebrity with notoriety who has stands, and what she did was dangerous. The fact that he wants to be thirsty for her acceptance and to be in her presence so he can have some type of clout that did not work for him these past years. He was out here doing the bidding of Belkanana. I feel like he's a fool. Not only are you not intellectually smart and well read and versed in the political sphere as to why she changed her mind and why she had the thoughts and opinions that she did about Joe Biden and Donald Trump. It just goes to show that even when you were in her presence, you didn't get an ounce of anything. And I've been saying it from the start on my platform, not because I don't like you. I just wish you would do better. But you are Gemini, and like most Geminis, y'all are fools and y'all operate in chaos and destruction. Hence
I
why
mean, just the Gemini men, Couture Bay, because I'm a
just the
Gemini.
Gemini men,
It's just the men,
just
I
the
guess.
Gemini men. Because I don't understand. I don't get it. You lack emotional intelligence. The fact that she threatened your life and you are out here bowing down to her, and I simply told you to speak nice. Don't cuss out your core fan base, and you called me a homophobe. You have been attacking me and shady towards me, and this woman threatened your life. Not just your livelihood, your life. And you are out here still kissing the ring. You are a fool. Now, do I care that you said she was phony? No. But I wish you would understand policies a little bit better because you are a black gay man in California. And those policies have a lot to do with you and a lot of your consumers. But you are all about, if it's not a platinum blonde bust down and the girl's having a 28-inch waist and the lyrics is hot like fire, you don't get it. So I expect nothing less.
Right. But, it wasn't that he just called her phony. It was also all the bees and everything else. And sometimes, like I said, with gay men, they feel like, oh, I can just use the B word or say this and that. And it's all like, no, you still a man at the end of the day. You got to be
You're
careful. And
still, listen,
especially,
I agree with Cardi when she said, I don't care how much you out here sucking, you are a man. And I think a lot of gay men, I didn't say just black, gay men feel comfortable disrespecting women, in particular women who have clout and notoriety and fame, because it's easy for them. They will never attack a man. There's been men who have been dog walking their mind. He don't say nothing.
Nah,
He act like he blind to it. Bird Box. But
the
all
first
of a
is a
sudden,
woman.
right. And that's T. The answer is no. But I'm going to get into that. Keep going,
all of a
Couture.
sudden, he's out here, whatever. And I'm like, if you don't like her, why are you consumed with what she's doing? Hoes I don't like, I don't tune in. But I tuned into this because I found it funny. She threatened your life. Another content creator threatened your mother's life. And in the words of that content creator, she said, you let somebody with an alleged illness spit on you. You are a punk. And I believe that. You are weak. You are weak. And as much talent that you have, it will never be anything because you desire the desirability to be amongst celebrities who literally would trade places with you is crazy.
Well, before I move on to Nadi, I want to ask you if you could go ahead and read a tweet because at first it seemed like he was apologizing, very apologetic, and said like, "Oh, it's not that big of a deal." And then the following day he came back. Well, today, and he's clapping back. What did he say, Couture?
Oh, in the tweet he was saying, hold on, let me read it to them. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it
Yes,
up
go
because
ahead and read it to us.
it was sent to me. And this is how I know the girls be watching me. They can say whatever they want to say. The proof is always in the pudding.
Cammy, I don't even know that. I was gonna call Couture Bay after the show and ask her for that tea.
You asked me to leave you alone. I haven't spoke in your direction. You are feeling insecure and directing at me, but then want to holler I'm bullying you. Stop trying me at Cardi B. I ain't say nothing to you or about you. Now, we know those are lies because the proof is out there. But be very clear. I can outread and speak you any day from the dome. No phone needed. See, this is the problem with Armon. He wants to attach himself for clout. And Kim Barbie is gonna take off the makeup and get the dog walking you. I don't understand. But again, I'm biased because he's giving her so much grace. A woman who said she was sick them goons, the brim. I don't know if that's gang
Brim.
related or what on
It
him,
is.
who said she gets your information of where you're at on the dot every time, every time. Baby, I don't understand. I don't get it. Is it because she's a non-black woman?
Or he is thirsty for the clout. Like, to be relevant. Like, it wasn't enough that Nicki Minaj like played you on her ex, okay? Played you, called you a flip-flopper and everything. And it's just like, I don't understand why these YouTubers are so thirsty to get up on these platforms where people don't really even like them, okay? Like, Armand does it to himself, if you ask me. He does it to himself because he's so thirsty for the attention. He wants to be so relevant amongst that scene, and they don't F with Armand. Nicki showed it, and Cardi was letting it go a lot of what he was doing. And he
Right.
crossed the line by calling her the itch word. But my thing is, Cardi, if it don't apply, let it fly, huh? Either you know who you are or you not. Like, a hit dog will holler. And for you to go to the point of threats, you're giving this man ammo to bring charges against you. I hope you understand that. Like, she gets so angry, it blinds her intelligence and her logic over the smallest things. And I get that you're going through a lot. A divorce, you just had a baby, you going through postpartum and things like that. You gonna let a little YouTuber calling you an itch take you out of pocket, and you want to stick the brim? Now, as far as the politics, I'm not surprised that she was up there. Actually, out of all of the celebrities, you know, the possible Diddy co-defenders, her, I could respect her being up there. Because she's always speaking on politics and things like that. I could take Cardi more serious than J-Lo, Beyonce. I could take her more. I'm sorry. She's always talking about the things going on in the political atmosphere and things like that.
She has always been outspoken. You're right about that.
Yeah, so I was actually happy to see her in the positive light. But then when I heard this audio, like, if it ain't said to his face, Cardi ain't said. Real gangsters move in silence, for real.
Right. And I still think it's so, because here's the thing, Armand still wants a relationship with her, because there's no way in hell that I would let somebody threaten me like a celebrity saying that I know where you be and all this other stuff and not follow the police report and have a lawsuit. He literally could have went live and was like, hey, y'all, I need y'all to donate to my GoFundMe because I need to sue this woman. She's saying she's going to put hands on me and all this stuff. Because at the end of the day, words are just words. He never threatened to put his hands on her. And so her doing that and saying, I got people for you. And then you have evidence of Offset, which I didn't even know about this until yesterday, that Offset went into his DM and tried to check him and stuff like that. So that was crazy to me finding that out. I was like, oh, he really playing with fire. But also, too, it's all like, I don't know where Armand stands, because at the end of the day, he just hops from person to person. He even reposted something about Nicki saying, oh, is Armand okay? Where's Armand? Something like that. And Nicki basically sunned him and Milagro and let them know like they were nothing. But in their own weird way, they feel like, oh, Nicki knows me and she loves me and all this stuff. No, Nicki doesn't like anybody. She barely likes her fucking self. Like she's literally playing you. She's literally playing y'all. Like she don't give a damn about nobody except her family, and that's it. She don't care about you little peons. Just like she did with Ray J. Yeah, that whole situation was funny, but she's literally playing y'all like little peons. She don't give a damn about y'all. Let me let Couture say something. It seemed like go ahead, Couture.
Look, I love it. I really do. I love it. I love the fact that we are speaking the truth because as content creators, listen, I don't have to like Armon, and I really don't like Armon because he made it personal. Anytime you could take a photo of me and try to shame me, like I said, I lost the weight, you lost your job. We are even. And after hearing Nosy Ho say what she said, baby, she done went and lit some candles on you or something because you have been just having a bad day for a really long time. Cardi threatening your life on a public, she is a public personality. I have an issue with that because if you allow that, you should allow everything everybody else do, and you don't. You made it your business because I critiqued you at Fox Soul for lacking intellect, depth, range, on speaking on a black airman who was unalived by the police because you felt like it had nothing to do with you, which goes into politics. And I know you can't keep up because you was over there with Cardi B all this time and you didn't know that she likes politics because she enjoys it. I mean, not everybody is getting invited to Franklin D. Roosevelt's home, let alone the garden that his wife put up, that they still maintain. That is huge. And you out here trying to call somebody phony because you don't understand why she wasn't standing with Joe Biden or Donald Trump during the Gaza Palestine situation, Israel issue. Like, again, stick to what you know. Stick to what you know.
And you know, the crazy part is that he's too old not to know anything. And if he knew how important like this election is, and the reason why Cardi B was all right, I'm rocking with Kamala and I'm going to, you know, make a stand, he would understand because I thought as far as smagortion, I don't want to say the word, I was thinking like, oh, okay, that's just when you want to delete the baby. Well, what's going on is that women are having miscarriages and the doctor is not performing, you know, the necessary operations on them because they're all like, oh, I don't want to get in trouble, or, you know, basically you need to carry out the term or it needs to relieve from you naturally. I can't do nothing about it. I'm gonna have Nadi jump in here because I feel like that's an important topic. Like, when it comes to women being able to choose what they need to do and getting help and services they need, this is why it's so important. And so that's why you see so many women talking about their bodies and having the right choice. Because at first I was like, why is there so much conversation about smagortion? And I just wasn't understanding. But now knowing how serious it is, and there has been women who have lost their lives recently from what has been going on, that's what makes it important. Go ahead, Nadi.
Also, women that have been incarcerated behind this, and this is why this election is so important. Like, our rights as women is on the line. People need to understand our health care. Everything is on the line with this election. And things, because there's a lot of situations where a woman may need to choose that option, right? You got rape, incest, and things like that. And sometimes it's just life threatening. Okay, it could be a matter of your health that you cannot bring this baby to term. What gives the government the right to make that choice over a woman's body? That, you know, and I knew it was going to get hard when they turned over Roe versus Wade, but you got to think about what is the agenda there? What is the agenda there? They're trying to take us backwards, people. And that's why a lot of, like, Cardi B was backing Kamala, because she does stand for women's health care. She cares about the people in the long run, if you ask me, as opposed to Trump. All they care about is misogyny and the patriarchy. That's all, and it's self-serving. And I just hope people realize this when they're getting in the booth to vote. I just wanted to go back to Cardi real quick though, really quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Armon, you have an opportunity to hold these celebrities accountable, because what I'm tired of with these celebrities bringing their gangster into things. Nicki Minaj does it. Cardi does it. And this is why Young Thug was on trial for 2 years of his life, right? Guilty by association, because his associates was online acting a plumb fool, spreading this type of activity. She publicly threatened you, bro. Hold her accountable. You can't just go, I'm sorry, can't nobody threaten me. You're going to be held, if I got proof, you're going to be held accountable. Charges will be filed, because Cardi is so happy over everything else. If you say a rumor on her, wrong, she's suing you. Look, just recently she was trying to get at Storm. She quick to sue anybody.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Brother, you missing your window of opportunity. Now that will make you go viral. You'll sue her.
Right. And Katorbe, I just wanted your opinion, because I know you were dropping facts in the chat about some abortion and what's been going on. So
yes,
you as a woman, I wanted to at least give you time to speak on it.
The chop shop is very pertinent. There's a doctor. She went very viral. She recorded the call that she had with a police person, and they needed all her information, why she performed the DNC, that's the medical term for it, the DNC on a 12-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Because she was a victim of incest. And so when she got to her car, it was a voicemail on her phone, and she never gave the police officer her phone number. Y'all don't understand how scary it is as to be a woman. Some of y'all have never left America. I've left America. I've lived in several countries due to my Instacart job. And I will tell you this, America has it really good. People can say what they want to say, but America has it good until they start telling you you can only have one child or two children, or if you have a girl first and they got to take the baby away from you to do God knows what. You have it good until they start telling you you can't have an education. Y'all will never understand. I've been in the places where you would think they are premier in intellect and advancement, but when it comes to women's rights, you are lacking. There's been places where I was not allowed to speak because simply I was born with a vagina. So I don't get people when they say certain things. If you don't want to exercise your right to vote, that's cool. I'm not talking to you, dude. I'm talking to the people who still are going to go up there November 5th. I've already voted, already casted my ballot, already did what I need to do, and I'm proud of the decision I made because um at the end of the day, there's a lot going on in America, and they're trying to confuse you with things that are going on internationally. The only thing you should care about internationally is where our money going to. Hence, why a lot of these big corporations and these celebrities owe money because we didn't give out too much money. So it is what it is. Look at the food. Look at the recalls. All that had to do with something that happened 8 years ago. Who was in office 8 years ago? That's all I'm gonna say.
Ding, ding, ding. And the other thing too, because you had pointed out, like, I'm not telling you that that you need to vote. If you think like, okay, I don't care about politics or whatever, I don't care about voting, you feel like it doesn't affect you, which it does, that's on you. But for somebody who doesn't even know when the election is, because I highly doubt Armon even knows that, it's November 5th. I highly doubt that he even knows that. And so, again, if he was well versed in the conversation and knew what was going on, he would understand how important it is. And, is he telling his people to vote? I don't think so. I haven't heard anything.
I mean, Again, is this a hot 16? Is this a Nicki Minaj bar? Is this somebody wearing dripped in couture designer? Like, why would he be interested? Is he even a registered voter? Like, I hate to say it like that, but like,
Right.
let's really think about it. A lot of these people aren't even registered voters. I am registered to vote. I've been registered since I was 18.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
from New Orleans, Louisiana. One thing about Louisiana, we understand our culture. A lot of y'all are born places where you have the luxury of just living your life. I'm from deep down south where they claim the isms is prevalent. No, it's up north where y'all be having too much mouth and too much regard, and y'all be letting things slide. See, at least where I'm from, we check them and we put them in their place. We don't let them slide on and on. It's predominantly black owned where I'm from, and it's not predominantly black owned where some of y'all are from. So I just like to magnify that. I understand the history, the lineage. Like, I am a person who saw my grandpa pick sugarcane for a profit.
Mm.
I'm not old.
Yeah, well,
Right.
I come from a family of veterans. My stepdad was a double Purple Heart veteran. My grandfather was a World War II veteran, and then my father, he taught me the importance of voting from a very, very young age. I used to be 5 years old in the booth with my father, and he was teaching me about how everything works and things like that. So I take pride in my vote. I believe in exercising my right to vote. And this election year was so stressful to me. I don't know if anyone else felt it. Like,
Oh yeah, we still feel it.
I went through so many emotions, even when it came down to like mailing in my ballot. Like, because I felt nervous about it because I really wanted my vote to count. Like, this, I take voting so serious. Like, it's a whole process for me. Like, I love getting the ballot early so I can research who I want to vote for. And when I get into that booth, I know exactly the path I'm gonna take or whatever. But I just felt so, I still feel anxious. I won't feel better until we know who our president is going to be, you know. But I'm
Yes.
hoping for the best and preparing for the worst, because you never know in this country how they love to rig things, okay? And the way they are setting mailboxes on fire and things like that. And I remember Trump's words when he said, if I'm not elected, BLOOD will shed.
Yes,
And
he
I
did.
believe that.
Right. And, for me, I think it's so important that people do find out what's going on, because a lot of people don't realize, like, your local politics is really what matters, because how you get your roads, the school funding, your parks, recreational, like, all of that matters in your local. So even if you think, like, oh, I don't care about the president, just know every 2 years you have to go back and vote to make sure that
Right.
the funding that your state does, the state and your city gets, is routed to or given to the right area, properly funded. And a lot of people forget about that. But one thing I don't want you guys to forget is that I am having an election party. It's going to start at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 o'clock Eastern, because all the polls start closing at 7 and 8. So you're going to see Nadi on there. You'll see Couture Bay on the show too. Like, I'm having everybody stop by for a couple of minutes. Just let us know, their thoughts and opinion. We'll be watching and seeing the states and the electoral college and all that stuff. But our last topic of the day
Ooh.
is because, we've been inspired by TGIF, and everybody has been telling me, like, oh, you need like a TGIF. We want that. And so I gave that to y'all during my celebration. But one thing that I find interesting is that Al works for Fox DC, and then you have Funky Dineva working for whatchamacallit, Dish Nation. Dish Nation. Then Claudia and Armon, they are not still working with Fox. So was Armon and Claudia the problem? Let me start out with Naughty first.
I think they played Claudia. I think Funky, because they know she is evil. She is clawfoot Claudia. She is evil. She loves to stir the pot. And I think that Funky Dineva and Al worked together to cancel her out, right? And they had a whole plan because Al went quiet. He still have not responded.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was the Biden conquer situation. And I think Armon was the sacrificial lamb in that whole thing. And I think the whole plan was to leave Claudia hanging with nothing and begging on Instagram and coming out here thirsty.
Ooh.
She was the original video vixen. Girl, is that how your feet got like that? I'm just saying, I think it's a divided. I think they work together because Al and Funky are really friends.
Mm-hmm.
Al also had an inside connect over there at Fox Soul. He has a lot of relationships. Al has been in media for years. So it would not surprise me if they had a whole plan. Funky left first, right? And then when that whole foolery went down with Armon, because I don't think Al really likes Claudia. I really don't think he likes her.
Why would you like a slew-footed heifer?
She is evil. She's evil. And I think it was a whole plan. And she got her whole show canceled. And Armon, you better be careful with that snake claw foot over there. You better be careful because she will stab you in your back. She will stab you in your back. But I think it was a whole plan. It was like a divide and conquer. Mm-hmm.
Couture, your thoughts?
If she does stab you in the back, we'll be here for the bloodshed, waiting to report live. Because you lack the intellect, the vernacular, the range, and scope to even be on a Fox Soul. The fact that you came up here and burned down the bridge, and you did it with that old heifer, slew-footed, dusty foot, messy,
Failed housewife.
incompetent failure of a woman, colleague, friend, and creator, because she works off of envy, jealousy, degeneracy, and the isms just like you. Y'all deserve everything you get. Look at Al and Funky with the jobs, and look where you're at, fighting online. You're letting people call you out your name and threaten your life, and then you got Claudia, a nobody who can barely bring in 1,000 views. I said what I said. A old heifer who ain't got nothing to her name but debt could never tell me nothing. And an old gay who works with CPNs can't do nothing either. So that being said, look at God. Maybe next time you will watch those nasty, dusty, crusty mouths that y'all use to spit vitriol on God's chosen and do the work like I've been telling you to do so that you can tap in and be the best that you can be without the army and flourish so you can make some real money. Because anytime somebody says something to you emotional, heifers, you and Claudia, Armon and that heifer, y'all always show us why y'all are failures, Z-list, bottom of the barrel, not the culture. Turning it over to you, AT2.
Well, I did kind of want to drag them, but I feel like, well, shit, now I gotta say something nice because y'all went all the way in. Shit. Okay, well, let me think of something nice. Okay, let me start with Claudia. Claudia, I like that she's out there telling people to vote and telling people to get out there
Don't
and
be
support.
weak.
Bless your heart, AT2, but that ain't it.
No, that don't count for nothing. Okay, well, I do like that part of her. Okay, but okay, Claudia. Damn, y'all said I feel like she got
I
tricked
was
up on her
running at
spot.
her when she went for Melissa Ford because Melissa Ford don't bother nobody, not even on Joe
I
Budden
forgot about that.
podcast. She is over there being paid to be quiet.
Tell the truth, AT2. Tell the truth, AT2.
Claudia did get tricked up on her spot. She gave them an opportunity talking about Funky and Al to be a part of this great show, had this whole idea, and basically she ended up being the person without a job. What's so crazy is, remember, Claudia had like hella shows on Fox Soul, I mean. And so you would think like she would have been the poster child. I mean, she was all on the promos and the posters and everything like that. So you would think she would have been the main star and the one to at least have a job while everybody else got fired. But literally, she's the one without the job. And I'm all like, damn, you let them trick you up out your spot. And, let's be honest, Armon was only there for like 2 months. So was he really going to be, get his own? No, he had no chance. And I kind of feel bad for Armon because I feel he didn't really get it for the way he did that whole roast thing. And again, I know it wasn't just because of the roast, but it didn't help the situation. And I felt like he thought like, oh yeah, we'll be back, next week. We'll just get over this. And it's all like, no, that's not how business works. Not how
he allowed himself to be a puppet. He allowed Claudia to put a battery in his back. And she's a backstabber. That's why Al was so upset after it happened. He called Funky. Look, I seen the plays. And girl, you tried to use Armon because he was new to the game, even though you were talking. Yeah, you were talking. She was talking bad about Armon too. I'm not comfortable with him. Like her choice words are offensive to me. What do you mean, y'all virtual? How could you not be comfortable with him? You're virtual. You're not in person.
Right. That's true. And with Al, I felt Al, he's always been like a corporate guy. And so he was always going to play the game a certain way to protect himself. And I feel like he probably did threaten to sue or to lawyer up. And so that's how he was able to protect himself for the long run. And then Funky, no matter if you love him or hate him, he is a personality and he's somebody who does have talent. So no matter what you may think of him, I think he has it to where he can probably piss off a couple of people, but still have a job. Armon doesn't have it to where he can piss somebody off and still have a job, and
imagine
you got to remember
up on the roast, a roast that Claudia wrote, because we know you're not that smart. Like, I don't even know why AT2's being nice about it. Where Dusty Foot Claudia put you up to, she was laughing before you could say anything. See, that's the problem. The images is out there. I remember when you would laugh with this AT2. Why are you saving her? Why are you saving him? They set themselves up to get fired out of here. And that's what you get. This is what happens to people who lack emotional intelligence, who don't know how to operate. Because nobody can trick me out my 6-figure job on the internet. Okay, and I'm gonna say that again for the slow hoes in the bed. Nobody can trick me out my 6-figure job on the internet. Baby, I don't have no drama. I would love it. I would show up smiling and just be like,
right.
yeah.
Armon,
even if it was just 70,000, I would have been showing up smiling, for an hour or an hour and a half. That's easy.
Once or twice a week, amazing.
Armon,
right. What were you saying, Nadi?
Armon, never trust a chick with a broke cootie cat. This word of advice, because I know you gay. I know you gay. How you doing? Never trust a trick with a broke cootie cat.
Oh, God.
In the words of Issa Rae, she made a whole song about broke coochie.
Oh my God. Well, let me just say this. This show has been amazing. I'm pretty sure it's going to have a lot of backlash. But it was definitely worth it. I want to say shout out to Couture Bay, shout out to Nadi. I'm gonna have y'all go ahead and just, tell the people thank you. I mean, they're still gonna hang around. The celebration isn't over with. Just this portion of the show is over. Go ahead, Nadi.
I love you all.
Thank y'all for having me.
Oh,
we already got canceled. Shit.
AT2, I got you on a donate. I'm gonna donate AT2 because I know I said some off the wall things or whatever. But I appreciate y'all having me. I hope y'all enjoyed the show because it's always a blast with us three together. We get a good hoot and a holla. Please make sure y'all thumbs up in this video. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe and share this live out. Okay. And I hope
Yes.
you all could understand my perspective. Opinions are not facts. In the words of Couture Bay, I pass the baton to you, doll.
Again, Couture Bay, opinions are not facts. Thank y'all, AT2 and AT2ers for having me. Thank y'all. Thank you, Daddy Love. Y'all need to be at them court cases. I don't care what they say. Hashtag be at ASAP Rocky and Diddy's case.
All right. And thank you, Couture Bay. Thank you, Nadi, for being a part of this. I appreciate y'all. And we'll be back with more. I promise you. Thank you, ladies, for coming up. I appreciate y'all.
Good night, y'all.
Good night, y'all. Thank y'all for coming. Thank you. All right. So I do have another guest that I'm going to bring up. But before I do that, I just want to say again, shout out to Nadi, shout out to Couture Bay, and thank you, Aaron, for dropping their links. I appreciate that. Definitely check out their YouTube channels, Couture Bay, Nadi Love Movement. Both ladies I've met in person before, so I always feel a connection with them. Oh, and speaking of that, don't forget Vegas. The weekend is going to be April 11th. Nadi, I still see you in the back. April 11th. Don't forget that. April 11th. Yes. April 11th, we're doing another meetup. The last meetup, we had fun. This one, I'm doing the planning, so everything will be more structured. No shade. But it's going to be a good time. So make sure you guys check out more details to come within the next month. So I want you guys to be able to, get your money together and everything like that. But let me let up a woman who has really been such a big positive influence on my life and somebody who just shows so much love. I want to bring up the Juice Radio and Talk Show.
Hey, AT2 and crew, how y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
Listen, I'm great. What we doing? We doing a marathon tonight? We doing a marathon?
Oh yeah, we doing a marathon tonight. This is the 50K celebration. We I don't know if we're going all night. I usually just give an hour and that's it. So we're gonna take a little time and just celebrate with the people.
Well, come on, 50K. All right, now I'm ready for it. Well, thank you for having me on here.
No problem. So, Juice, the reason why I wanted you to come up just because, I just feel like what you do is so special because you're so given when you don't have to be. And I feel like it's very important for us to have someone in the whole, because honestly, let me just be honest.
Okay.
With the church sector, I only know all the messy people. I don't know anybody in the church sector on YouTube that makes me feel uplifting, makes me feel like I have a closer relationship with God. If anything, everybody else makes me want to run away. So I just want to know, how come you have so much love and where did this come from? Were you always like this?
Listen, I have always been one of these people that always want to inspire, uplift, and we could still be in the same room with a bunch of people. This is the way I've always been all my life. I could always be in the same room with a bunch of people doing a bunch of mess, but my thing was always to do what was right. Listen, I was a teenager at one time too. I know a lot of people may think, what, so long ago? But listen, I was there. And I have learned to be able to stand on my own. Now, there was a time where I wanted to try and be like everybody else. I thought that was a cool thing to do.
Right.
I really thought that was a cool thing, but I found out that it was not being me and it was taking away from being me. And when you try to be like other people, you lose your identity. And when you lose your identity, you lose your gift. And your gift that you have is special for you because it's going to capture and help and elevate the people that God has assigned to you. So when I learned to walk in my gift, I was able to tell these same stories. Like I'm out here doing the same stories that all these other church people are doing. But I put that, like you said, that different perspective, that loving, that kind, and we still going to learn something from this. And we don't have to be messy. That's how we coined the phrase for our motto at the Juice Radio Talk Show. We're not here for the mess. We're here for the message.
And you pray for people too. I love that you do that because sometimes I'll be like, yeah, I don't think you should be praying for certain people. I don't know, Yeah, skip that one. But you know, you always show love, and that's what I love about you. Like, no matter what, you're gonna spread the good word, and you're gonna make people feel like they're welcome no matter what. And that's what we need here on this platform.
Yes, I do. Listen, the Bible tells us to pray ye one for another. And oftentimes what we do is we often want to see a lot of people fall. And I have learned this 82 over my years of being alive. I have learned this one true thing. If you let God be God and you just be true you, God will take care of all your naysayers. You'll just stand by and you'll watch. You don't have to pray for somebody to fall. It's in the word. You know,
Mm-hmm.
pride comes before a fall. So you don't have to pray for people to fall. But what we have to do is we have to love. And if we do things that are bitter and nasty to other people, then what will happen is our blessings can't be blessed. I can't go around and continue to get my blessings if I'm out here trying to do all these cursings to people. I'm not that type
Right.
of person. I got too much that I want from God for me to be out here. I let God fight my battles, like the Bible says. I let him do.
Ooh, that's deep. That's deep. Juice, I just want to say thank you so much for being somebody I can reach out to if I ever need advice or guidance on anything. Thank you for all that you do on this platform. I just wanted to let you know that you are loved on here, and thank you for what you do.
I appreciate you so much, 82. And I have to say, every time I meet somebody and, even on social media, I always tell them 82 is my guy. When I was, had the low numbers and trying to get up here, 82, you were one of these people that would do just like you tell me. You would oftentimes tell me, hey, don't worry, come on over here. You could be on my channel, no problem. You'd always shout out in the chats and everything. You're the one that was always welcoming. So a lot of what I learned on social
Thank you.
media, I learned from you, 82. I did.
Oh,
Because
let me get my tissue. Hold on.
82, but it's true. And I reach out to you and I ask questions and you freely give questions, you guys, give answers. And when I say freely, you guys, yes, you have platforms where there are some things that you'll charge for, but you are one of these people that never ask for anything in return if I ask you a question. And I admire that. And let me tell you, I love, love, love that from you. So you always in my prayers to be blessed. I know I come in your chat sometime and you be going off on people, and I just be like hiding the bush. I hide in the bushes because I'm like, I know he's doing him, but I would, Lord, just continue to bless him because you've always been that guy for me. So I get a lot of that learning from you as well, 82. I know a lot of people may not
Oh,
understand, but I'm gonna tell you guys, 82 is a real dude because a lot of other people I get in their chats and try and ask questions or even just, be in the chats and or either say, hey, can we come up? Can we talk? And they're no, we don't need
right. And they're like, no.
no, no, no. Or
Yeah.
either 82, some of them they'll see you growing, and when you are beyond them, now they don't want nothing to do with you. Oh, I don't want you taking my people. But
Right.
never been like that.
It's
You're my guy.
never a competition. It's just love. That's what I love about you.
That's it. That's it. Listen, we can
Yeah.
all elevate and get up there together. Listen, there's a space enough at the top for all of us. We don't have to step on nobody. So thank you for enlightening me and just being that guy for me. My husband, he loves you. He loves 82. He often said 82 is on, your boy's on. And I'm like, grab it on phone. Where's my phone? Or he'll because our
Thank
phones
you,
are
Jules. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. And shout out to your husband too as well. Tell him I say hi.
yes, we love you guys. Thank you so much. And congratulations, 82. You deserve it. You are more than a conqueror out here. You are somebody that everybody will gravitate to. Those that fall off, let them fall because the heavyweights don't need to be around. You need somebody
Woo!
that's going to be light and that's going to help and not going to be a load for you to carry. So go ahead, get rid of the heavyweights and get with the lightweights. Get with the
Amen to that. Thank you, Juice. I love Juice. All right, you guys. I got two other guests coming on right now. I told you it was going to be a blast from the past. So let me go ahead and bring them up without further ado. Sherelle and Perry!
What's up, my brother? Congratulations. Congratulations. You know what, man? I was going to try to write a speech up for you, but hell, Juice Radio said enough, okay? She said enough, and it's true.
Yeah, wasn't that good? I was like, man, I feel
Like,
empowered.
dude, and I really don't want to tell you this because I like making fun of you, but you know what, dude? Congratulations, you worked hard for this shit, and you are truly the godfather of YouTube.
Oh man, thank you, Perry. Oh,
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Honey, your mic is not on. You might be on mute.
I forgot.
Oh.
Okay. What I want to say to AT2 is heartfelt and really deep from the bottom of my heart. And I said this before, you heard it. When I met you, you had 7,000 subscribers. 7,000. I'm going to cry because a lot of people look at us and they go, how did that airhead get to where she is? I can do it, but it's work. People don't understand.
Mhm.
It's real hard. It's a lot of work. And I seen you scratch and crawl through broken glass for every subscriber that you got. Because people don't understand all the obstacles that got in your way.
Yeah.
You know, these YouTube streets are ruthless. Like the girl you just had on, she's sweet. And,
yes, I love Ju. She's sweet.
She's real sweet and a good person to have around. But she don't know how these streets get. Okay. Sometimes and you've seen us. We've been in it together at times where people just attack us and because they could, and then you gotta fight back.
Right.
And it's so funny though, and that's why I don't trust anybody on the internet. Nobody. Just a few selected group, and you're one of the few selected groups.
Thank you.
When I first met you, I cussed you out. That's why you can't. You remember I cussed you out?
Yes.
I was in my sumo. You, who's next? I'm gonna get you.
Yeah, you went after everybody. It was epic. Everybody still talks about it till this day.
I was suing everybody, okay? And I don't know. Then one day you called me and I don't remember, and I started crying. Do you remember that?
Yeah, you know, what happened was that you had got sick, and I had did a video, and I was all like, "Hey, you know, everybody pray for Sherelle because you had got Coviana. I don't want to say the actual word, but Coviana, the 19." And so I was all like, "Hey, just pray for her," because for me, it was never personal. It was just all like I just talk about people on YouTube and the drama going on. You know, I didn't really care, you know, about. You know, I never hated anyone. And so I always wanted to convey that. And so I think after that moment, it kind of opened up the doors for more conversation. And, you know, I started talking to Perry. And then that's when basically we just started talking. And then you didn't even know at the time we were talking. And then we all just started talking. And it's just been up from there. And so I truly do love y'all.
But remember this, okay? We're not going to say any names. This is just going down memory lane. But there was somebody who really didn't want you to make it. Do you remember this? And
yes.
They were just straight out jealous of you. This is what back at 10, maybe? Was it 10? And
yeah, around 10, really early.
They just didn't want you to make it. That's why I'm so proud of you. Oh, I'm going to cry. People don't understand the work that you've been putting behind this. 50,000 subscribers is a lot, but you just don't wake up with 50,000.
No.
I mean, the bloggers, the other bloggers hate. They hate. You know all the stuff we done been through. I wasn't suing people because I was mean. I was like, you better get back.
Right. And you were fighting back. You know, you had to.
Remember someone falsely accused you of something? Do you remember? These streets are vicious. And you were there. And I will never do anything. I'm proud of you. I will never do anything to hurt you. And people think because I have more subscribers that you are just friends with me because you can't. No, that doesn't matter. You've helped me with so much.
It doesn't.
You helped me with so much emotionally that
all that superficial stuff, superficial stuff. I'm gonna cry because I'm always crying on your shoulders. Like, it's a lot to this. People don't understand. Like, there are people that just were straight up jealous of you. And then when we needed help with Cooter Brown, you helped us. And it's a relationship I really cherished. And we've been through hell and back. So you deserve you deserve every subscriber you get. We're not stopping here.
No, we're not stopping here.
We're getting him to 100,000.
Yes.
There in the next couple of months. I'm steady pushing you. Let's get AT2 to 100,000. We're going to celebrate this right here, but this is a stepping stone to be where you deserve to be.
Yep,
if
brother.
we told our stories, it would be crazy, wouldn't it? It's just
right. We really do got some crazy stories. And I don't think people realize that it was never about like any kind of content or anything. Like, we actually genuinely like each other. And sometimes it's hard to find that where it's genuine and it's not, oh, I want to use you for this and that. And, you know, there was a time period where people did use you guys and they were like, oh, I know if I'm with Sherelle and Perry, I'm going to get all the clout and all the attention and I'm going to be able to get their subscribers. And for me, it was always like, no, I want to do it on my own. And for me, it was never like, because a lot of people are like, oh, how come you're not on there anymore? It was like, I had to grow and, you know, get my own channel going. You know, I didn't get the Sherelle and Perry stimulus package where I was getting like $10,000 a month and stuff. Like, that was not happening, y'all. Like, I was not getting that. Like, I still had to do my own channel. And so I realized if I spent so much time over there, I wasn't able going to, you know, have my channel. So I had to take a step back, and it wasn't even like a conversation like, hey, I'm gonna do my own stuff. Perry definitely made it clear, like when I first joined the panel, we can't pay you. So this is just promo, and you come on the channel whenever you can, blah, blah, blah. So the parameters and the expectations were already set. You know, that's what I appreciated about it. It was never no clout chasing. It was like, I genuinely like these people.
Yeah, no.
And you helped us. You helped us a lot. People don't understand that. A lot.
AT2,
I'm going to cry.
You have done a lot. I mean, because even times, you know, when you get in that corner, it's like, damn, I wish I could have somebody to talk to about this. But we know social media, you can't trust MFers, right? So
right, they always want to record your phone call.
Are they always looking for something? So it's nice to have that that I could just talk to you, because man, you used to talk about many things about your channel. RIP to our boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, RIP to Real Lefty.
Yeah. You know, we should talk about that. But I'm gonna tell you, man, look, you deserve where you are. You worked hard. Don't let nobody think, he just got this overnight. He just got lucky. You know your damn self. You did a lot, and you did a lot for a lot of people, because nobody, and I will give you the crown for this. I don't got my little mini crown that I use. But it's, dude, you came up with different things that we use today. Put a 1 in the chat. Remember that?
30-second countdown.
Hey, hit that Cash App. So, as a matter of fact, speaking of Cash App, check your Cash App, because you know what, bro? We appreciate you a lot. And you've been there for us, and I truly appreciate it.
Oh, thank you.
I'm gonna always be here for you, AT2. So when you're ready to sue somebody, call me.
Hey, hopefully I'm the one doing the suing and not getting sued, because it seems like a lot of people getting sued, right?
We're really happy for you.
By the way, I'm happy that you guys are not getting sued. Y'all in the clear. Like, y'all can do some battles. Like, like y'all had to literally fight. Like, people don't understand. Like, that's when, you know, you were really in the thick of it. Like, we really leaned on each other.
Yeah. Just think of all we've been through. It's been crazy. I mean, people falsely called the cops on me. Remember that? He called the cops on me. Like, what? He wrote false reports on me. It was insane. And then when we got with that, and then you and Perry, you know, somebody really did. Perry, did you put that on your head?
Hey,
Oh,
I got to do it for the brother. I got to
he
do it
still got the props.
because you are truly the king, my brother.
Oh man.
Godfather,
Thank you.
Godfather. I said, when did AT2 become the Godfather? Perry's been calling you that ever since.
Yeah, I don't even know what did actually. One day I was all like, you know what? My influence is throughout YouTube, and a lot of people won't give you credit for it. And so I was like, you know what? That makes me the Godfather. And then I just started saying it, and then it started clicking, and people started saying it as well. And I was like, yeah, I'm the God. I started feeling myself, and like everybody says, I'm the Godfather. So yeah, it just worked. But you know why I say that is because I take everybody on YouTube as my godchildren because anybody can come and ask me and I'll help them. Like,
Yeah.
I've never been one of those people like, you know, and Sherelle, you probably know from first starting out, like when you reach out to somebody, be like, hey, how you do this? They'd be like, well, you kind of do this and that. Like, they do not, why do people not want to help you? Like, I don't get it. It's so crazy. And it's not like you're asking for like clout or anything. Like, you're literally asking like, hey, how do you make a background? Like, at least like point me to the right direction. I'm not saying doing it for me, but a lot of people don't even want to tell you what they use, what they do. Like, it is crazy.
But you never did that to me. People think that you you're just like coming after us for listen, YouTube is always changing, the algorithm's always changing. You might learn one today and get that mastered, and then here comes another one. And every time I ask you for help, people don't think I ask AT2 for help. I always ask AT2 for help, or if I need a shoulder to cry on, because it gets so inundated. You just need to talk to somebody who understands, because I can talk to my mom. Yeah, baby, I get it. Or I can go to AT2 who just understands this game is just horrible. Yeah. I'm still in it though. I ain't getting out, but you know, it's everybody on the internet. Not everybody, because that sweet lady you had before, but that's rare. But everybody else on the internet, a lot of people is out for what they can get.
Exactly.
Right. Do you guys ever think like you'll ever give up YouTube or anything like that? Or are you guys here to stay?
Well, eventually, look, we just showing you love from the retirement home. Okay. Now, you know, if we was your age, we might can go for years. Now, do we plan on giving it up? No, but we slow down a little bit here or there because we have the grandkids, you know, a lot of other stuff to do. But so I doubt if we give it up, but I am proud of you for real, straight up. And people was like, oh, well, you don't like AT2, all that crazy stuff. But now we know how.
Where does that come from? Where does that come from, AT2? Why are everyone saying that?
When people don't see you together all the time.
Wait, why
jealousy, they don't see it. Like Perry said, they don't see us together all the time. So they think it's some kind of drama going on, or no, like it's not. Like literally, like I said, like, hey, I'm not getting paid to be over there. Like you'll see me in the chat and stuff like that, but you know, as far as like doing panels every day, and I think people were used to the style that you guys had and didn't realize that you guys didn't need a whole bunch of panelists. Like all you really needed was each other. Like you guys didn't need 100 people.
Right.
Did YouTube change? It used to be like kind of, I wouldn't say more fun. I mean, it was a lot of, I don't know. I feel like YouTube's changing. What do you think, AT2?
I think there's more personalities on here. Well, no, I don't even want to say more personalities. I actually want to say there's more avatars on this platform. And what I mean by that is that you just have these random people, and it's like 500 million avatars on this platform, and they're just literally on here, don't have a concept, don't know what they're doing, just on live stream for hours and hours and not doing anything. Where before, you know, the panorama happened, it was at least like personalities like on here. Like, you know, there's you guys, Deaf Noodles was somebody I followed. There was Tasha K, so many different people who were like personalities. And then I guess after the pandemic, everybody felt like, oh, well, I can do YouTube too. And so people just thought they could get on here and be successful. And it doesn't work like that. You have to put in the hard work.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree.
I think you're right. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. And
Mhm.
so, when I met you, I cut you out, but why did I do that? Like, what happened? I can't remember. I
Oh,
can't.
because I was doing videos about you guys. That's why. And I think at the time too, I was friends with some other people that you guys didn't really like, and so it was just, yeah, I kind of felt, even though I didn't really say anything bad, I just kind of fell in that trap because,
I
like,
probably was in my feelings. Was I in my feelings?
yeah, you were in your
Oh,
feelings, yeah.
I
rightfully
apologize.
so. Rightfully so. I didn't even know the name of his channel. I just thought it was Sherelle's World. Sherelle's World goes to the mall.
Harry.
Sherelle's World did this. I said, I am so sick and tired of this guy.
Hey, you were my Jaguar right before
Oh my God.
she went to the store day. She went to the market, you know.
We all went through the Jag right thing. That was a whole nother, oh my God, that was a whole nother time. Oh yeah, remember you used to drag people, Perry? Oh my God, and dress like them. It was a mess.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Do you remember that, 82? Do you remember that?
Yes. Perry had a couple of costumes. I remember when he did the S&M costume. I was all like, "Wow!" He went there, and it was so funny. Oh,
So,
No, we can't do that no more.
you know what though? It was some good times, but
It was.
we all admit, as much fun as we were having, it sort of stunts your growth too.
mm,
Oh,
That's why I tell 82 right now. I'm so proud of him. I'm glad he's looking up instead of the trailer park, and he know what I'm talking about.
yes.
oh, Perry, people love it. Don't they love it, 82, when Perry gets crazy and dresses up in costumes?
Right. They love it. Like people honestly like that. That's like one of the times they're looking forward to. They know Perry's gonna dress up and do something ridiculous. Like Perry didn't realize like how much power he had. Like really.
But look, I had fun doing that stuff because it really, even to the people I was going against, it was nothing personal.
Yeah.
I was
Mhm.
so-called having fun. This is what you gave me. This is what I showed you. What I received from it. Right? If you look like this, I'm gonna show you how you look to me.
Perry, it got out of hand. You start making fun of producers.
Well, I mean,
You start making fun of people behind the scenes. Like, what is wrong with you?
you know, if you the king of social media, you the king of social media. You said it. You see what I'm saying?
Anyway, I have a feeling that you're going to get to 100,000 really quick. We'll be back for that. We're proud of you. So don't be ashamed of being proud of yourself because you deserve every single subscriber.
Do not let nobody steal your joy, my brother.
Thank you. And this isn't the last time that you're going to see us three on screen, you guys. So don't even worry. You're going to see us again. Don't even worry about it. Sherelle, Perry, I appreciate y'all for being here. Thank you so much for the love. I really do appreciate it.
Be good. Enjoy your weekend.
You too. Okay.
All right.
Bye.
I will have a good one, you guys. Thank you for coming up. Oh, man, that felt like old times. I love that. Oh, man. Shout out to Sherelle. Shout out to Perry. Thank y'all. Yeah, it's really a good show. It's really a good show. Thank you to Juice for coming up as well too. I love that Juice came up and gave so much positivity and so much love. Again, just like Sherelle had said, I forgot about this too. But whenever you like talk, let me tell y'all, a lot of y'all don't know this. Just know that if you talk to a YouTuber on the phone, they're recording. I don't know why it's like that, but for whatever reason, they're recording you so then they can play it for the people to try to embarrass you. Like I said, I can be on the phone with Sherelle and Perry, never recorded me. I can be on the phone with Couture, never recorded me. Like there's certain people I know that's not going to record me, but if I'm ever like hesitant or finicky like about being on the actual phone with you, it's because I probably don't trust you because you want to record me. You know, that's the truth. You probably trying to record me or do something crazy. So I'm gonna, I'm not gonna be too apt to be on the phone with you. I'm gonna be very cautious because, yeah, it's happened to me before where I was recorded. So I always have to be careful about that. But there's so many people from the past, just like Real, aka Keeping It Real with Lefty. As you guys know, he passed away a few months ago, and me and him, we didn't like each other. We used to battle all the time, and luckily we became cool, later on. And it's good to have that full circle moment where I used to hate this guy, and like now we're cool, and and well, we were, and then at the time he passed away, we were still on good terms. You never know what might happen. Life is very short. You gotta enjoy it. A lot of this stuff when it comes to beefing with people and fighting with people, it is fun. Don't get me wrong. It used to be fun. Now it's gotten to a very dark place where people are trying to mess with your family, mess with your livelihood, trying to put you in jail, have your house swatted, and you potentially unalived. Like that dark stuff, I don't like. I can't rock with that. But this, yeah, I don't mind, having a conversation or us being able to come to an agreement or a disagreement. That's fine. But as long as it doesn't go personal, it makes a difference. It makes a huge difference. I've always been one of those people where I was told, like, oh, you're never going to be able to be a big star. You're never going to make it. You're always going to be this because you don't even know what you're doing. You're ugly. You're this, you're that. And I started to almost believe those people, that I was nothing and that I was never going to make it. I was never going to be a big timer on this platform. And I have even felt that there's certain people that maybe I should be ahead of them and they should be behind me. But the thing is, you got to go at your own rate. You got to go at your own pace. And what I mean by that is, yeah, somebody probably going to have, 500K or 1 million subscribers before you ever get there. But I'm moving at my own rate. Just because I don't have 500K or 1 million doesn't mean that I'm a nobody. It doesn't mean that I don't have an audience. It doesn't mean that people don't want to watch me. It just means that I got a lot more time to get there, and I'm gonna get there one day. It might not happen tomorrow. And honestly, to tell you the truth, I don't know if YouTube is just my YouTube. I don't see it being my end all be all. I do have a bigger goal. I just don't want to say it out loud, but I do have a bigger goal and a bigger vision, and it'll happen. You just got to put in that work. Thank you. I appreciate that, Laggin. Thank you. For the super sticker. Yeah, you just got to keep on going. It'll happen eventually. Other people that I like, Make It Make Sense. Make It Make Sense still shows love. He's never came around and like, oh, well, I have more than you, so I don't need to care. No, always shows love. Juice, as you guys seen on here earlier. Couture Bay, Naughty. There's some good people on this platform. I know I do a lot of complaining, like, oh, you can't trust this person, can't trust that person. No, there's certain people you can. Another person that I would think is Jaguar Wright. She kind of gave me my first viral moment when I was still new on this platform, and she came up and cussed everybody out. Everyone remembers that. It's still one of those big moments where people still bring it up today. I will always remember that. Now, granted, our relationship is not good now, no, definitely not. But yeah, moments like that, I'll always remember. There was a time early in my YouTube career where I was going to quit. And when I said I was going to quit, there was like a ton of people who came up on panel with me and was just showing me so much love and encouraged me to continue to still be on this platform. And I'll never forget that moment because it let me know, like, hey, yeah, you might be going through a hard time. Some drama might be happening, but there's people who actually rock and love you. Like, why would you give up? Why would you ever stop? What you say? No, don't bring it up. ATL. Too late. I did. Am I crying? No, I don't have any tears. You know, I was sick, so I'm sniffling. That's what a lot of what you guys see me do. What's up, Tony? How you doing? What's up, Houston Foodie? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Yeah. So all those things that have happened to me, even when people put out nasty rumors about me and just false shit, and all the people who I battled with, I want to say thank you to them because it gave me character. It really taught me how, yeah, there might be people in situations and stuff that might be hard and you can't handle, but no, you're going to get over it and eventually you're going to overcome it and maybe even be able to surpass those people. It's going to happen. Don't ever give up. Don't ever quit. Don't let nobody tell you that you're nothing. Always strive for more. Always show people like, all right, you saying that I'm not this, I'm not that. All right, well, I'm going to prove you wrong. I'm going to prove you wrong. I need a shirt that say that. I'm going to prove you wrong. Oh, man. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. All right. This has been a good show. I was going to terrorize on this show, but what I'm going to do is actually come back later and do a separate show to terrorize just because I want to leave it on a positive note. Because when I terrorize, I can't stop. So there's going to be Act 2.5 later on tonight. Act 2.5 later on tonight. I know y'all are like, wait, Act 2. Yeah, I'm going to do Act 2.5 because if I do it now, I don't want to ruin the way the momentum of the show goes. So I'm going to come back with a second show, and then we really going to terrorize and get into it. Thank you again, Juice. I appreciate that. All right, you guys. I love y'all. Be safe. Have a great day. I will see you guys in, I'll say, 2 hours. So look for something around 7:30 or 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. All right. Love y'all. We out. Deuces, everybody.